Before we start, I'm going to grab something to drink.
Yeah, me too. I got it. That's what I was doing before. I was pissing out my pee hole.
I was doing the same. Mm-hmm. Maybe we're peeing at the same time.
Well, hopefully we didn't cross the streams.
I think our streams are far enough apart. Are we recording? I just want to make sure we're not. That's all fun.
We can leave all that in there. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes, we can. Because it's all there. How about that, everybody? What a great start to a Franco Clanko that will soon be joined by Artie.
Like, you need to know about all of our bodily functions.
TMI. Oh, you know what was awesome?
As I'm chewing as well.
I was talking to, and you got to hit him up the next time you guys see him. I was talking today to Bill Morrison. And Bill Morrison, for people who don't know, absolutely, the MC of the Eisners and former editor-in-chief of Bongo Comics.
Donny Osmond type smile.
Absolutely. And also current editor-in-chief of Mad Magazine.
Which is hysterical, by the way.
It truly is. And but before I forget, he was telling me that Scott Shaw has worked with Tex Avery.
Oh, wow.
Speaking of bodily functions. Yeah. So we got to hit up Scott Shaw for some Tex Avery stories.
Yeah, we know Scott Shaw.
I know you guys do. And I didn't know. I spent the weekend, and we'll get into it both with Franco and also when Artie joins us. We spent the weekend at Terrificon at Mohegan Sun in Connecticut. And I didn't realize that, or I'd forgotten, that Scott co-created Captain Carrot with one Roy Thomas.
Yes.
And I spent the weekend talking a lot to Roy Thomas.
Yes.
Which was great. But I can't. Captain Carrot, he's fantastic. That's my Roy Thomas. It's kind of like Paul Schaefer. He sounds like Paul. He looks like John Denver. He sounds like Paul Schaefer.
He does.
Stretchy
he does look a little like John Denver.
Totally. You fill up my senses like the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah. Like Cloak and Dagger. They just block out all the senses, but I can fill them back up again.
Speaking of Cloak and Dagger, have you watched it?
I watched it all. We could talk about that too, because
I haven't watched it all, but you can spoil away. But what I watched, I really liked.
I thought it was kind of I don't know. I was iffy about it, but I like how it came around, and then I didn't like the ending, kind of, sort of, but I like where they left it.
Interesting.
That makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. Well, and the good news is, obviously, season 2 is coming.
Yeah. And
it did well enough that they're making more, so that's the good news. No, I think it's really well cast. I like both leads a lot, and I don't know, it felt right. It felt good. You know which one I want to see on Freeform is it Sirens or whatever it's called with the killer mermaid?
Oh, I don't know about this.
I'm gonna have to look it up and see what the name of it is. But yeah, it's like it takes place in a New England town, right there on the water.
Pepperidge Farm remembers mermaids.
Exactly, and all of a sudden this lady washes up. She seems quite pretty, but very odd. And all of a sudden there's a lot of deaths going on. Yep.
Oh.
I'm an old farmer. Would you like some warm cider? It's the Pepperidge Farm guy. Exactly. Remember when your mother used to make you pound cake?
It seems to me like, what you said Roy Thomas was, and I like Roy Thomas. This is not disparaging him in any way, but he kind of sort of looks like the Pepperidge Farm guy, too. Like a John Denver Pepperidge Farm guy crossover.
I would buy crab cakes from Roy Thomas if he sold them to me. Or take directions on what's the best way to get to the pier. Well, you go a ways, right by Miller's Farm. Take a left.
I remember Cloak and Dagger.
Exactly. Look for the creek. Let's see here. All right. I'm looking up Freeform Mermaid Show because that's got to be that simple. That's how simple Google is. That's how Trump is able to find stuff. All right, Freeform Mermaid Show.
I am loath to admit this, Johnny. I am loath to admit this to the audience of 4 or 5 that are listening. That I've watched Barry, the HBO show Barry, with our friend Mr. Henry Winkler, and you were right. You were right. It's a damn good show, and I like it a lot.
It really is. And, no, that's and it's awesome for Will. And I'm
Bill Hader.
Because I'm Bill Hader. Thank you. It wasn't Will. Will 40. Bill Hader. Yes, Bill Hader. No, it's great because he co-produced it and he wrote a lot of the episodes, the articles. Yes, great show. And no, Winkler's fantastic in it. The Fonz did great.
He was nominated for the Emmy or something, wasn't he?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I only had one brief moment. Didn't have the opportunity to have a selfie the way Yvette did and the others.
She was like, my wife was goo goo gaga over Mr. Winkler.
Fonz? Why not? Come on, man. He's the Fonz.
She's like, oh my God, he's so cool with that. He's so sweet and so nice and it's so genuine. And I know all of that sounds cliche, but he is so sweet and so nice. Yes. And didn't you save his life at Terrificon, I believe?
Well, I at least saved his inseam because it's that usual. The platform's really, really high, and it might the kind of thing where you kind of eyeball it and think I could probably take a big giant step, but it would be a giant mistake. Yeah. And something might tear down by the time.
Especially if you got the floppy pants, right? You're speaking from experience. Right.
So I said, literally, I'm like, Henry, I said, stairs on the other side. He's like, oh, thank you.
He didn't give you give you an A. Thank you. No.
He did not give me an A, but he gave me this very adorable, pixie-like smile that he uses in his photos. Because when I saw the photo with him and Yvette and you. Was it you and Yvette?
Yeah. I was kind of sort of shoved off to the side and almost cropped out, but yes.
But that same face, and I just said, Henry, I know you don't have time. I just want to congratulate you on your career because I can't believe all the great things you get to do, and that's terrific. And he's like, thank you.
Thank you.
And so, yeah, in a very un-Fonzie-like way, but a very Henry Winkler way, post-Fonzie. So, because, as we said, he could have been Adam West.
Yeah.
He really could have been stuck doing county fairs and just being the Fonz.
Well, speaking to that, he was very happy with Yvette and I because we did not want an autographed picture because I already have one. But we didn't want an autographed picture. We bought some of his books, his children's books.
Oh, the Hank Zipser books.
And
that's excellent.
And he was elated. He's like, "Oh, which ones do you want?" I'm like, "We want 2. I want you to pick the best ones." And he did.
There you go.
And he was very happy to sign them.
It's very cool. And if people don't know about Hank Zipser, it's kind of a semi-autobiographical where it's the adventures of this young dyslexic boy. Mm-hmm. And Henry is dyslexic as well, yet achieved. And look at all he's achieved. And it's a great example of, don't let a learning disability, stop you. Mm-hmm. And man, I'll tell you, I've heard him talk about his parents. He had very strict old world. They fled Germany when things were heating up, and it's a pretty cool story.
Were you able to sit and listen to his panel, or?
No, I've just heard him do his story on several different comedian podcasts. He did it with Gilbert Gottfried. He did it with Mark Maron, and I'm sure that his public panels are very similar.
I just wasn't sure if you had sat for his panel here because my wife went to go see it. Another indication that she's leaving me for him, but
yeah, I remember either you or Yvette telling me that she saw it. No, I had 3 panels that Friday night.
Only 3. That was your short day.
Exactly, that literally was my short day. Because Saturday I had 4 all in a row. And even Friday, coming off the plane ride, I got to tell you, it was all right by the 3rd one. So I needed that hour to kind of, I thought about staying because I did see him before he went up. Paul Kupperberg was at least supposed to interview him, but then Henry said, "No, I can handle my own panel." That happened to me with Mr. Leonard at FXCon back in the day, and that was fine. I was happy just to introduce him because they asked him. They said, "Do you want someone to ask you questions, or do you want just an introduction?" I just like an introduction. So I introduced Spock. But no, what I was going to say about his parents, great story. They had old world, jewelry, probably from the late 1800s, maybe the early 1900s or whatever, and to sneak them by because, things were already messed up and the Nazis were already kind of in place. They bought a bunch of chocolate, melted it down, and hid the jewelry in the chocolate.
Wow.
And literally, so it's like, do you have anything to declare? No, just this chocolate. All right, see you later.
Wow.
And they were on an 8-week visit to America before things got crazy. And, and of course they never came back.
Wow.
But isn't that awesome? Yeah, they snuck out the jewelry that way. Very inventive, but apparently very strict, did not understand what Henry wanted to do at all. And again, yet he persevered.
Yeah.
Yet he persisted.
Yet he persisted.
So good stuff, yeah. No, I really, really like him. Thrilled about Barry. Thrilled about that he's done like at least 20 of these Zipser books.
Right, yeah. And he's done that, and he's just like, it was so funny because I ran into his manager on Thursday when we were setting up,
okay.
and he was talking to Mitch's wife and about, getting him in here, getting his badges, all that stuff, because I was there setting up the fun zone early. And, she said to him, she goes, do kids even respond to him? Like, do they even know who the Fonz is type thing, in conversation? Mm-hmm. And he said, no, they don't. He said, but they do know the Adam Sandler movies. And, yeah,
of course.
and
yes.
So I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. You forget that he was in those movies as well. And and now he's on Barry on HBO. And he's done all sorts of stuff.
And there's that Sandler-produced movie, but Sandler's not in it. It's the Kevin James MMA movie, Here Comes the Boom.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And he's the music teacher
right.
that Kevin James is fighting for and everything to raise money for his music program. And that's a great role. Yeah. And he's very, very funny in that. Yeah. And, God, I love when he sings the acoustic Here Comes the Boom.
Yeah. I forgot he was in that as well. And I like that
until you said the Sandler movies.
Yeah, because Salma Hayek is in that one as well, I think. Yeah.
She's the air quotes love interest, right. if you will.
And you forget about that, but yeah.
No, that's a really funny and truly, I think it's so far my favorite MMA movie. And there aren't many MMA movies, but there are a few. No. There's Red Belt, the David Mamet movie. There's Warrior that had Tom Hardy, where he and his brother are MMA players or fighters, and what's his face plays the father. 48 Hours, and not Eddie Murphy. Nick Nolte, old Nick Nolte, who, and now that he's a senior citizen, you have no idea what he's talking about when he's in a movie.
I was gonna try and make fun of his voice, but I'm glad I didn't because you did it much better. I don't know.
It is. It's all gravelly. He's once again much like B. Arthur and Lucille Ball as they got older. Either sounds like a can opener or a garbage disposal.
I got to get another 48 hours to get this.
I didn't mind the second one. Second one was all right. I mean, Eddie Murphy was a little too cool for school. I love Eddie Murphy, but there's got to be somebody in his circle that can go, "Hey, Eddie, like you gotta get off cloud nine, come back to earth because we need you." because somewhere in there is still a very, very funny man. He kind of doesn't want to be funny anymore. Did you see that Mr. Church movie he made?
No. Why would I?
Where he's like a housekeeper or whatever for an unwed mother and a daughter, and kind of becomes this like mentor figure to the daughter. It's a sweet movie, and I appreciate what he's trying to do. But it's like, Eddie, come on, man.
No, he's like Robin Williams with some of those roles.
Yeah, maybe.
What if Robin Williams and Eddie Murphy were in like a Mr. Belvedere movie revival?
Belvedere.
Would you still get Leon to sing the theme song? Oh, Mr. Belvedere.
No, I was gonna say with Eddie, Tower Heist. He's funny. He's funny in Tower Heist. I think that's the last time he tried to be.
Oh, funny. I was gonna watch that again the other night. It was on. That's the one with Alan Alda, right? As well. Yeah.
Alan Alda's the bad guy, which is awesome. Josh, I'm telling you, I didn't mean to screw up your life, Ben.
Ben Stiller, yeah. Come on.
And Casey Affleck is his brother, his near-to-well brother. And they have the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Yeah. and they have the Kermit the Frog float, and they play Disco Frog. It's a Disco Frog. Good stuff, man. I love that movie.
We know way too much stuff about stuff.
Matthew Broderick having the nervous breakdown and everything. It is very funny, losing his shirt. and the great Michael Pena, who's funny in everything
now
he does.
Now I gotta watch this thing again. You're making me get on that bandwagons.
It's true. I forget the lady's name that played Precious, a film by Speedster or whatever. The entire title of that film is like Precious, based on the novel
by Sapphire.
That's right.
Precious, based on the novel by Sapphire. That's right.
And we know this because at award season.
Yeah.
For Precious, based on the novel by Sapphire.
I'm sure every time they said it, it might have been my wife or someone said, "Why do they have to say that every time?" I said, probably because it was in the contract. When they signed the deal.
Yeah. Can we just call it Precious? No. Maybe there's probably another movie called Precious, which prohibited them for titling their movie that. So that's why they had to probably include all that crap. It's like in the Screen Actors Guild. Like if your name was really Michael Ironside, you couldn't do it because the guy from I forget what it's called now, the sci-fi movie that Casper Van Dien made, the 3 movies.
Starship Troopers.
Thank you, Starship Troopers. Excellent.
Post-con. Right now.
Post-con.
Go ahead. What were we gonna say? I was going to say, that... I was just... That,
do it.
That... I forget his name. Oh, it escapes me. A Canadian fellow from this weekend.
Not...
Yes.
Not, you're not...
Our listener. No. Wayne. Yes. Wayne.
My dear friend Wayne. Absolutely.
He's going nuts, and right in that segment right there, he was yelling out his own name. Wayne, my name is Wayne.
Yeah, exactly. Come on. Yeah, I was bummed I didn't see Wayne on Sunday. I got to text him, but no, good dude, and a passionate follower. But no, I was going to say, man, post-con, obviously, because I can't think of anybody's name or any titles. It's like an empty ketchup bottle. I'm slapping my bottom for answers.
Yeah,
hard, real hard. And
it's real.
Siren, by the way, is
real hard
the
to
name
think
of
after the show. Yes, you're right.
Yes, Siren is the name of the mermaid show.
Oh, okay.
Siren singular.
Cyrene.
But we should look. Yes, let's look up IMDb for Precious. It's going to be like for some.
A novel by Sapphire. You forgot to say that.
No, I just want to see if there's another movie beyond Precious, a novel by Sapphire. Based on the novel by Sapphire.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I love that. Did you know a Swamp Thing television show is also in the works?
Yeah, on the DC streamings. Yeah. Live action. It's the Doom Patrol, and it's the Titans that are live action, and the Harley Quinn's the animated, I think.
It is only the 2009 Monique and Gabrielle Sibley film. It's the only one that actually is titled Precious, and here it is not. It does not say based on the novel by.
It should. Somebody fix that IMDb.
It absolutely should. I'm telling you, man, that's so funny. But she's very funny in Tower Heist as well.
Yeah,
she's got her Jamaican accent.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
it's true. Cool runnings. We could do the bobsled team. Hey, I'm John Candy. What am I doing in this movie? We're not sure.
So speaking of films like that, like the bobsled team thing, what you call it?
Yes.
There was that Eddie the Eagle movie.
Cool runnings.
No, Eddie the Eagle movie.
I love that movie.
And I think we talked about this before. It's the guy from Kingsman, right?
And and also it's the same director. It's Matthew Vaughn again as well. That's why it's the guy from Kingsman. And I don't know, is he that doing based on a
novel by Sapphire as well? Or?
Yes, I believe it is. No, and I love at the end of Eddie the Eagle when you see him on Johnny Carson. I understand you're ski jumping. Oh, it's good stuff.
Yeah,
and it's funny because the guy, the real Eddie the Eagle, much homelier than Terraton Egerton or whatever.
But he did a good job. I mean, I did not recognize that guy.
Oh, he was very funny. Saw it. And the Hugh Jackman was...
Huge Jackman, yeah.
Very excellent and huge. I love when he does the first long ski jump and he flicks the cigarette and everything. They follow him all the way down and they're playing Thin Lizzy. I am just a cowboy. I love Thin Lizzy. I'm a big fan. Boys are back in town. The boys are back. The boys are back.
My wife hates when I sing that song.
Boys are back in town?
Yeah, because I sing it all off key, and I go, the boys are back in town. I sing it like that.
All right, not to be confused with going back to 48 Hours, the Bus Boys. The boys are back in town. Yeah.
No, different one. Totally different.
It's true. Boy, they got such a big push from that movie, The Bus Boys.
Yeah.
And that 48-hour song, The Boys Are Back in Town, and we've never heard from them again.
Hey, Johnny, I meant to mention to you, I don't know if you saw it, but while we were walking around Terrificon, it takes place at the Mohegan Sun Arena in Uncasville, Connecticut.
Uncasville, indeed.
And
good name for a town.
Yeah, but they're having a Animal House 40th something toga party or something there, and Tim Matheson's going to be there.
Yep, my friend Tim Matheson and Otis Day of Otis Day and the Nights.
Yes.
And do you know the backstory about Otis Day and the Nights?
I kind of think I do, but remind me, please.
Well, he really wasn't a musician, Otis. He sang. That really is him singing, and the band, and they had a band, but like it was just all like a pickup band they got. And Otis, he's in Bingo Long, the great Negro League
Billy D. Williams.
Yeah, he's the player that gets hit in the head, and he's a mute through the rest of it. Oh, there's Artie. We'll have Artie join us.
Hello.
I didn't realize. Artie. I didn't realize that was him in Bingo Love.
Yes, we're talking, Artie, about Bingo Long. We're talking about Otis Day from Animal House.
Otis Day in the band?
Yeah. And the Nights, exactly.
You make Otis me want to shout, that guy.
Yeah, because I was just telling Artie that walking around Mohegan Sun, there were, posters, things like that. They're having a toga party, and Tim Matheson and Otis Day are going to be there.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
They're going to have it in the future?
Yeah, it's coming up, I think, October, I don't know. Look it up on the Mohegan Sun website.
Gonna go?
There you go. Exactly. But also, so Otis Day, he had never, sang in a band before Animal House, but that was such a huge hit that literally for the last 40 years, he has been touring as Otis Day and, kind of gets a pickup band with him, like a local band, and he performs. And, he stopped doing acting and instead has been playing the part of Otis Day.
Oh, wow.
All these great years. And it's fine because he is Otis Day. It's, fine, but he has literally made this musical career being Otis Day and no longer.
I did not realize that.
So was the song for the movie, or was it an old song before the movie?
Oh, no, Shout's an old song.
Yeah.
I mean, good Lord, I want to say, I forget what R&B band did Shout.
So that's not...
Now, Shamalama Ding Dong, I'm not sure of. So hint it.
Shamalama Ding Dong.
You put the mow, oh.
Ding dong.
That is why. Good stuff.
Speaking of, that's what we opened the show with when you weren't here. Of
ding dongs.
Ding dong. Yeah.
Shamalama Ding Dong.
Like a doorbell?
No, peeing. We were talking about peeing.
We're talking about crossing streams.
So you're recording already?
Oh yeah. We're live.
So we got to say it. Welcome to the Oh Yeah podcast.
Oh yeah, you're here, so we can officially say it now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I was finishing dinner and getting kids riled up for tomorrow's picture day.
Oh,
there's a fashion show going on right now in my kitchen.
Nice.
Everyone get their haircuts and are groomed properly?
Yeah, I guess so. My girl got her braids going on and shirts and dresses and all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. You could always tell in the picture day with the kids' school pictures when I would watch them. Because, of course, I'd forget about picture day and you see the kids' hair all hurting. And you could tell the few years where I was home with them.
Got a shoe on.
You could tell.
What did your wife say? Artie, you didn't even comb the right side of her head.
Yeah, I don't comb their hair. She got all shirts. I just made sure they had clothes and their hair was,
I had some rough class pictures in my grade school days. Yeah. Absolutely. Hair popping.
I would just get my girl's hair. I would put it in a clippy or a ponytail, whatever, just to get it out of her face. So whatever it would take just to get her hair from not being in her face. So she had a lot of Pebbles Flintstone ponytails. They're just up her head. Yeah. So we got a few school pictures like that. Yeah.
Artie, I said it earlier. I talked to
Dan Deal.
Oh God, Bill Morrison.
Oh yeah, I know him.
And I didn't know he was telling me that Scott Shaw worked with Tex Avery.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, so we need to get Tex Avery stories.
I probably know that somehow because every time I talk to him, he talks about Hanna-Barbera, working with Hanna-Barbera and stuff. So that's probably where he worked with him.
Yeah,
and he did a lot of the Fruity Pebbles commercials. He did too.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And I had forgotten that he and Roy Thomas co-created Captain Carrot.
Oh,
and the Zoo
that's
Crew.
right. I didn't because Roy Thomas is a writer, right? Does he draw too?
Yes.
No, you gotta do the Roy Thomas voice there, Johnny.
Ah, yeah, that's right. I did that back. Yeah, me and Scott Shaw, we came up with that. That was a funny animal thing that we did. It's kind of a more. It's like Paul Schaefer on like amphetamines.
Yeah,
much more. Paul Schaefer's more. David. He's like real slow, almost like he's closer to Bendis.
Hello.
Exactly.
And he's Stretchy Hawkeye's best friend now, Roy Thomas.
Oh, yeah.
Stretchy Hawkeye told me, yeah. So he's a best friend who became an agent. So it's kind of fun.
He's an impresario, exactly. He's his lead guy.
Yeah, his main man.
Yeah, his
main man Burns.
His main man, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah, my main man
Burns. Yeah,
right.
main man Charlie Babb. Charlie Babb, main man Charlie Babb, yeah. Yeah.
Roy had over the weekend, and he brought it for our panel with Jim Starlin.
He brought his soul, his rock and roll.
No, well that too, but he brought this granite bust of Thanos.
Yeah,
and that Jim Starlin made a mold and made 100 or so Thanos busts that he gave to a bunch of the Marvel people.
Oh,
and he gave Roy one of them. Yeah, I don't know if you remember, but you gave me this, and he's like, "Oh, I remember it well."
Did Roy Thomas kind of help create Thanos?
No, but it was just that it was great that he brought it to the panel, the Marvel Cosmic panel.
Oh, cool.
And so yeah, it just obviously Starlin talked about it, making the bust. Now that was purely Starlin creating.
Nice. He was there too.
But yeah, it was great.
He was there at the big show.
Oh yeah.
Did you get to interview him too, Johnny?
Well, I kind of, because I emceed all 8 of those panels.
That's right.
Yeah.
and I did one with him on Friday night, Starlin, and it was every day we did a Starlin panel. Friday night we did an Infinity Gauntlet panel with him, Ron Lim, who took over even the original Gauntlets miniseries.
Yeah.
Perez did the first 2 issues, and then Ron Lim stepped in.
Yeah, when Ron Lim came onto the scene, didn't he draw every single book that Marvel was putting out that year or something like that?
Pretty much.
Yeah, I remember his artwork was on everything all the time.
Yeah, he was fast. How about that?
Yeah, exactly. And Joe Rubinstein was the inker, so he kept it consistent, because I was looking at that first miniseries, and I'm like, I can't even tell that there's a difference from issue 2 to issue 3.
Nice.
And it's because Joe Rubinstein was doing the inking.
Aha.
But, so that was the first Starlin panel, so we talked for an hour.
Nice.
Then Saturday, we did Marvel Cosmic, and that was with Roy and Jim.
Was Stretchy Hawkeye on the panel with you?
No, Stretchy Hawkeye was not on the panel, but he had a prepared Roy Thomas introduction.
Oh, that's right.
that I was contractually bound to give. Right. That was about 90 seconds long, which is really, really long for an intro. But that's okay. That's fine. If that means I get to talk to Roy Thomas, I'll say it every time.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, it was like reading his Who's Who entry. Roy's an American comic book creator. In 1964, he followed Stan Lee. Anyway, but we don't.
I was going to say you have it memorized already.
Yeah, I should. I had to say it 3 times. I think. Yeah, because I did 3 panels with Roy as well. So that was the Saturday panel with Jim Starlin and Roy, and then Sunday we did a Robin panel.
Robin.
And of course, Jim Starlin wrote the Batman Death in the Family story, which is the death of Jason Todd.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We could make a phone call to kill the teenage boy.
It's all his fault.
That's true. I called. I voted to kill.
Not me. So did I 6 times.
Really? I never called. We couldn't call because all those sex numbers were going on at that time. The 800 numbers.
Yeah, that's what I thought I was calling. I thought I was calling those, but I kept calling to kill Robin by mistake.
I knew that. Exactly. I knew that we weren't allowed to use the phone for that purposes.
For those purposes.
So I didn't get to call. I didn't get to kill Robin.
Before that, they had the DC hotline in like 78 or 79, and I used to call that, and my dad went nuts. What, 50 cents for a phone call? Are you insane?
My parents let me call Santa Claus. He had a hotline, too. It was a recording.
Hello, young man.
Yeah, we tried to
Are you naughty?
We tried to talk to the guy, but he wouldn't respond.
My parents wouldn't let me call the Santa hotline. They're like, what for? He's going to show up here later anyway. But then my dad would say, if he shows up here, then, he's not going to, make it back out. Because,
What's the Italian for Santa Claus?
Go to bed, I believe.
And what's the name of the donkey again?
Forget about
Dominic the donkey. Chingity ching.
Is this his name?
Chingity ching.
Dominic.
That totally had to have been an East Coast thing, because I know Artie and I, growing up in Chicago, never heard the Dominic the donkey song.
In your defense, I've seen your pizza and what you put on your hot dogs, so that's probably,
yeah, because
why you didn't know.
Because we use donkey. Yeah, I get it. Yeah,
donkey sausage.
Sausage. I miss Peggy. Where is she? She's still on here?
I don't know. That's a good question. I'm not sure.
Last time I saw her was one of the Chicago teams won a champion. I forget. I think it was the Blackhawks, and that's the last time I saw her when the Stanley Cup. And
she was on the hockey team.
No, she was interviewing all the people. Yeah.
Yeah, she was the NBC. Yeah, she played in the third shift.
She lost 2 teeth. It was good.
Exactly.
She's still flying though, I think.
She was on Channel 5. I know that, but I kind of stopped watching local news because it sucks.
Sucks real bad, Johnny.
Sucks really bad.
Yeah. We had fans come up to us at the show telling us about how they're big time listeners of the podcast.
Yeah.
And one of them says that whenever he asks his young daughter what she thinks of something and she doesn't like it, she says, "Sucks real bad, Johnny. Sucks real bad."
Yeah. Yeah. And then it was funny. He said, "We just love all your catchphrases." And I says, "How about this one?" "Okay, bye-bye." And he went, "Oh, he did it. That's it. It sounds just like it."
It sounds just like it.
They're freaking out.
And yeah,
that's hilarious.
I was not annoyed, but I'm like, oh, they call them catchphrases, but that's just the way we talk.
Yeah,
they are catchphrases, though. It's true.
They are, yeah.
It's our running gags. It's absolutely true.
I'm okay.
No, that's why I know Wayne and I had lunch on Saturday after my 4 hours of pen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I basically I couldn't even speak. Wayne had to lead me to Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
And we sat down, and he's great. Wayne's a great.
He's awesome.
Yeah,
I like him.
He was cracking me up. No, he was. He had good stories, and he was telling me his frustrations in life. It was very good. I'm like, yeah, go on, Wayne. It's all good. No, he's a funny guy, and I'm glad because I usually see him in San Diego, and I wasn't able to go this year, so I got to see him at Mohegan Sun.
Yeah.
All that weekend, though, I had that song in my head, "Mohegan Sun, won't you come? Won't you come?" Every day I was thinking that.
Okay, so let me get this out there before I forget.
Yeah.
You missed this, Johnny. The funniest moment of the con for me had to have been where this Batman cosplayer guy, but professional one, he gets hired out, comes up at the very end of the show. He comes up at the very end of the show, and he recognized Oh Yeah Comics, and he was like, "Oh," and he stopped and he talked to me. He goes, "Are you guys affiliated with them?" And I said, "Yeah, it's us." And he started talking to me, and Art came up, and he was standing right there, and Art, I think he had just finished the Mego panel.
Yeah.
So he had all his Megos that he brought, as display stuff and to talk about. And all of a sudden, I hear Art making these sounds, and he's like swatting the guy on his fist. And I'm trying to talk to the guy. I'm like, what the hell is Artie doing? And I look down, and he's got the Joker Mego in his hand, and he's beating up Adam West, Adam West's hand.
He's kicking him.
The table.
Yeah.
He's kicking him and punching him.
Take that, Batman. Take that thing.
It was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Mego Joker was beating up Batman. Yeah.
Could he do the voice? Did he thank you?
He did okay. Yeah. But then he looked down, and the guy finally noticed, "What's he doing in my hand?" And he looked, and it was Joker. He went, "Oh, the Joker!" And I said, "Oh, hand me Batman." He picked him up. And he started playing with both
of them. It was the visual of, like, at first I'm like, much like this podcast, when Artie goes off on a tangent, I'm like, uh-oh, what's happening here?
What the hell's going on?
But then I look down and I see this thing, and it just, I was lying. I was dying.
Yeah.
I'm dying. No, I saw the photos on Facebook, and I love how literally that costume makes almost anyone look like Adam West.
Yeah.
Almost anyone. It's really amazing because I've seen, like, dad bod kind of Batman. I've seen thin Batman, and they all look like Adam West.
Yeah. Because Adam West looked like
Adam West ate too many hamburgers. Yeah. That Adam West needs a meal.
Mm-hmm. Adam West in different stages.
It's true.
Adam West looked like that at one time or another at some point. He looked like all of that.
I loved on the box set of the Batman 66 series when Ralph Garman is taking him through his whole Batman collection, and Ralph Garman had a cowl, and he had Adam West, 85-year-old Adam West put the cowl on, and he looked great, and he looked like 85-year-old Batman. It was fantastic.
It's like Dark Knight Returns.
Did he almost look like Alfred from the series when he would put on the cowl?
I used to love when Alfred would puff out your chest, Alfred. Look a little stronger if you can. Oh, I'm sorry, sir.
What was Batman?
I have a cold, Commissioner. When he had the transmitter that would make it sound like, supposedly, like it would sound like Adam West. I'm sorry, Commissioner. I have a cold.
I have a little cold. I'll stay up on this building.
Is he drinking milk? Because he looked like he's got a stain on his upper lip that looks white. What is that?
Yeah, the mustache. That's right. The mustache was still there. Much like Cesar Romero, Alfred refused to shave the mustache. No way, sir.
Yeah, leave it on there.
The great Alan Napier.
We wouldn't know it's Alfred anymore if he took that mustache off.
That's true. But I love, man, every time Alfred. That and also the green apron that he would always wear when he was dusting the Batcave and everything. Yeah. I was like, when Alfred is not dusting the Batcave, he works part-time at Starbucks. And you can get a nice little coffee from it, because it basically is the Starbucks uniform.
And they make a Migo, Repro Migo with that apron, and I always want to.
Do they really?
I want to buy the apron. I want to buy the Alfred just so I can use the apron for Walter White, but I never. I can't justify the $30 apron right now.
Did Walter White have a green apron like that?
Yeah, just like it. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
When he was naked on the RV, he wore his underwear and a green apron. It's true.
Speaking of things that you wear, have you seen that thing that's going around on Facebook with Linda Carter in her outfits from the 70s show and Gal Gadot with her dresses that look almost exactly like the ones that Linda Carter was wearing?
No, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's the spinning music. Thank you.
We got to ride with Gutenberg. What's his name? Guggenheim.
Marc Guggenheim. Yes, I was going to bring it up. Speaking of Breaking Bad, Artie bonded heavy with former Arrow executive producer and showrunner Marc Guggenheim.
Oh, yeah.
Who's a good friend of Word Balloon and the Oh Yeah.
And I called him Guggenheim, too. I said, hey, sit right here, Guggenheim. I'll put the air on. He's like, okay.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Yeah, we had a really long ride to the airport because we got stuck in traffic.
Hour and a half.
I had to give a report.
Did you guys make your flights and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we did okay. We still we had enough time to drink before we got on the plane, so we were okay.
Guggenheim told me that I look like his friend. He says, see, you look a lot like my friend.
True.
Do you know Vince Gilligan? Like, yeah, I know him. We met. I told him that. But he said that I look like him. And I said, yeah, we look like we could be brothers. And then I told him the story about when I met him at the Comic-Con or at the DC party at San Diego. And I talked to him there for like 20 minutes. And I told Guggenheim, you got to make sure that you talk to him enough so he remembers that he met me. And I told him all the stuff to say. And he said he would. And I gave him my card. You got to give him the card. You keep one and give one to Vince Gilligan because I want to be friends with him. He's like, okay, I'll make sure. And I tell him I saw Breaking Bad 10 times. No one's ever seen it 10 times. And he says, wow, you are a fan. Yeah. Then we started talking about all the actors and all. It was cool. I kept telling him, you got to put Superman on got to give him his own show. You got to put him in that show
on the crossover. Yeah, he wants him. He wants him in the next crossover. And Mark could neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah, he said, "Well, I can't tell
Superman may or may not.
If he's in it, exactly. I can't tell you. If he's not in it, I still can't tell you." I said, "Yeah,
But he also said that's a good idea.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting answer.
Yeah, I kept giving a lot of ideas. I told him to bring back General Zod. Put Zod in there. You could have a story where the three guys come back from Krypton.
So basically, you're writing the next season for him in the car
season 7
on the way to the airport. Yeah.
Yeah. No, and then
we're breaking story with Marc Guggenheim.
We brought up that Steve Amell is fighting Christopher Daniels at All In, and right away Guggenheim says, "Oh, I hate when he does that stuff." I'm like, "What?" And he goes, "Man, he wants to do his own stunts. We tell him not to, but he does this wrestling stuff, and everyone's so nervous." And he goes, "Oh." And I said, "Well, maybe Christopher Daniels will let him win." He goes, "Oh, I hope so." So it was real fun. It was real funny.
It's true.
Yeah.
All of that's true.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was very, as always, very educational when you got a guy on that runs the show and can tell you all the interesting backstory stuff. Like, because I'm sure there's a ton of fans that are like, how come Superman isn't on those shows more? And it's again they're protecting the character for the movies, and it's tough to get them to do it more than they have already done it. But no, that guy's a great Superman. The Supergirl Superman.
I like that
fantastic.
guy.
I forget it.
Tyler
Kitsch or something. Tyler. I always forget how to say his name.
He was in the 50 Darkest Shades. The last
Was
one.
he in there?
Oh, was he really hilarious?
He was on
Was
a
he
scene.
naked?
No, I wish. I would go dark with that.
Oh,
But he was just in a scene like where he was talking to one of the characters for a little bit.
Did he have the
He played an author.
Did he have the Superman scruff?
He had more of a scruff than usual. Yeah, I think he's just naturally like he's one of those guys. It seems to me that when he shaves, like 5 minutes later, his beard looks just as dark,
like Homer Simpson.
Five minutes ago. Yeah, but if I believe in the
Weasels?
50 Shades movie, he looked even darker, like gruffer, like darker, hairier type.
Tyler Hoechlin?
Yeah.
It's Hoechlin.
Just
so it's either Hoechlin or Hoechlin.
Just call him Gorgeous for short.
Oh man.
Exactly. Hello.
Gotta dance.
A great Superman, and even more importantly, a fantastic Clark Kent.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
When he was Clark Kent, and Ally McBeal was beside herself and didn't know what to do. Is my hair all right?
Yeah.
When she's Cat Grant.
Oh, that's right.
And like fawning over nerdy Clark Kent. He was awesome.
Yeah, that was good.
Excellent.
It was really good.
No, that's always, to me, that's the key. It's Superman, you put the suit on, you got a good bod and everything. It's like, all right. But can you pull off Clark Kent? That's the tough part.
Yeah, it is. And it was great. Just him acting on the phone, talking to Perry White. That was enough. And he was right, Chief. I'll be there. That was, and he was acting all by himself. So that was really cool.
Well, I go back to that first season before they cast Tyler. Exactly.
I told you, just call him Gorgeous for short.
Tyler Flem. When Kara was having the text conversation with Superman.
Yeah.
And it's like that performance on the phone.
Pencil sharpener.
Yeah.
Was better than the Man of Steel.
Yeah. It was Superman was more Superman. Yeah.
Yep, because he's just positive and like, don't worry, Kara, you're doing great. We're all proud.
Gotta dance.
Like, that's exactly what Superman would tell Kara.
Right.
No, it was great, and I like that they're almost the same size, but he still seems like Superman. Yeah. And man, that one season when they're just beating the hell out of, I forget even who the hell it was. Phantom Zone people, probably.
Phantom Zone people.
That's the Paul Revere and the Raiders song. Phantom Zone people, Phantom Zone tribe.
Yeah,
is that Cherokee people? What's the actual?
Yes, it was. They took the whole Indian nation,
and they made Mohegan Sun, and then they had a show there.
It's called racist. It's called Racist People now. That's
it was part of that. That song kind of. Yeah, no, I think that song. Even though that'd be interesting to know what Native Americans think of that song, because it was politically on their side.
It's racist.
So, no, actually it was. It was like a positive Native American song. It wasn't like, making fun of him or anything. I mean, they, and again, they're saying Cherokee. They, I don't know.
Yeah.
Tyler,
I think that's the actual term, but yes. Let's get back to the other stuff.
I like Hoechlin.
Hottie for short.
Let me tell you, He's a beautiful man.
Oh, my God.
Very funny. No, yeah, Guggenheim was funny. And then he and I, just like Artie and him bonded over Breaking Bad, he and I bonded over the 80s CBS show Wise Guy. Ken Wow.
Yeah.
Ken Wow.
So Chicago's very own Ken.
I got to see that now. He made it.
It's not on Hulu anymore. I looked when we got home Sunday night. He's like, it's on Hulu. I'm like, oh, well, awesome.
They probably took it off because of the Kevin Spacey.
Oh, that damn Spacey.
Well, it's weird. It's on a channel that's available on Amazon Prime, but you have to subscribe to the channel to access the shows. And I think it was called like Comic-Con, like a Comic-Con channel. I didn't know that existed. But Jonathan Banks from Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad was excellent on Wise Guy.
Ehrmantraut.
Yep.
Oh, and he also said that Vince Gilligan's wife is named Haley Ehrmantraut. Isn't that what he said?
His former wife, I believe, or his former girlfriend.
Or one of those, or she's kid or something.
Because isn't he married to what's her face from?
I have no idea.
Or am I getting shows mixed up? Sons of Anarchy.
I have no idea.
Is that his show too, or no?
Wherever you're going, I have no idea. So you could
Cherokee people.
Salt Lake City.
Salt Lake City.
Yeah, I was trying to find an excuse to say Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
Who created
Superman of Smallville? Page 25 is finished.
Nice, attaboy. Like
yeah, my 2-page quota a day is getting there. I'm 1 page away from the 2-page quota. That makes sense, right? Yeah, that means 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doing it. Yeah.
I'm looking for. All right, there we go. Her spouse.
Yeah.
Her spouse.
No, okay. Well, I was thinking that. No, Kurt Sutter. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Is the Sons of Anarchy creator that I believe Katie Seagal is married
Bruce
to.
Sutter. He's from the Cubs. He used to play for the Cubs.
No.
Yeah, Bruce Sutter. Yeah.
You mean Peg?
Well, yeah, but exactly.
Mm.
Exactly. Al Bundy. Al. And, of course, Leela on Futurama.
Yeah.
So, Bill Morrison, I talked to him earlier and brought up Scott Shaw, but...
Yeah. Is he going to be on Word Balloon with you?
He is, because
nice.
It's coming out next week, the 50th anniversary of Yellow Submarine.
Hello,
and
somebody.
Titan Comics.
Yellow Submarine.
Exactly. The is that how they said on the Spanish channel?
No, when I did karaoke. Yellow Submarine. Yellow Submarine.
Right.
Yeah. All right, good. Sorry.
Titan, the British comic company, Titan Comics, they published a 50th anniversary Yellow Submarine, and it's great because Bill copied the style from the movie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's amazing. Seriously, it's really, really cool. It looks like an alternate cut of the movie because obviously it being a comic, he did different things than what we saw in the movie. I
love Bill Morrison. He's an awesome.
Yeah, he's a good man. Yeah. He was really funny. And especially it was 6 a.m. his time because they're like, "You want to do it at 6 a.m. Pacific?" I'm like, "Oh, that's 8 o'clock my time. I like sleeping in, but all right, I'll do it for."
Gotta do it. Gotta.
I totally did it.
Last time.
And then I went in and they called me in for traffic today.
Oh man,
like, can you work from noon to 3? I'm like, yes.
Yeah, nothing's going on in traffic.
Back to you.
That's good. That's an easy.
Did you get down there in time?
I made it
with traffic.
Yeah, it was okay. No, I made it.
Traffic's light in Chicago then.
Actually, no, it really wasn't.
Oh man,
there were a couple accidents, and it was getting busy at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Now let me ask you something: when you're doing the traffic and you're commuting in like that in a rush, are you doing your homework as you're going in? Are you looking at the traffic and saying, "Oh,
yes, occasionally.
I gotta say this."
It depends. I don't really do it that much in the evening because when I do the overnights and stuff, things slow down by the time I'm coming in, so I'm not as worried. But it was from noon till 3, and then somebody came in and did from 3 to 7. So I was like right before rush hour really kicked in. Although on the Eisenhower inbound, it was already 55 minutes from Mannheim to downtown.
So whenever you're driving in or getting to work, do you ever think like when we want to tell stories, save for the pod, do you ever say, "Oh, save for the air, save for on there,
save for the traffic,
save for the"? I could use that. Hey, get out of the street. I could use
No, but they want us to be like have casual, clever things to say as we start, as opposed to going right to on the Edens. It's 19 minutes from Lake Cook to the Kennedy Junction. So you always need to have something like, pretty slow out there for a Sunday evening drive, but that's good news. Travel times are good here. No delays on the Edens, blah, blah, blah.
That's what we were talking about, how Chicago names their expressways, so people from out of town have no idea what we're talking about. Like Dan Ryan's on it back up, and Ronald Reagan.
Bishop Ford,
Ronald Reagan.
Ronald Reagan.
And I was saying that we should name them after comic book guys, so we could have the John Byrne Expressway. A little bit of road rage on the John Byrne today, you know.
Because we have the Jane Byrne interchange, and we could have the John Byrne interchange. Mm-hmm. That's right. It's stop and go all over me. Have the Stanley.
It's raining now, so that's going to pack things up.
We could have the.
You may want to take the Kirby in downtown, because that'll save you about 10 minutes from the Kurt Swan.
It's like everybody's on the George Perez today. Everyone in every little corner, crack or crevice, people we've never seen in years are on this expressway.
We've got the Kennedy and the Eisenhower. You can make it the Eisenhower.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Everybody's congratulating people. Yeah.
Or the president's president's highway or something.
And we got the Ronald Reagan Expressway. We got our tollway. We've got the Kennedy, the Eisenhower, and he didn't win, but because he was a big guy from Illinois, the Adlai Stevenson.
Adlai.
Now I don't know who Bishop Ford was.
I don't know. Probably something to do with Indiana Jones.
No, I think he's probably like some sort of Catholic priest or something.
Like Harrison.
All right, I'm Bishop Ford. Back off. Don't be driving on
was
me.
Bishop
Dan
his
Ryan.
first name, or was it his title?
I could have made it to Cardinal.
I will Google who was Bishop Ford.
All right,
after.
You could. so I walked into that one. Let me see what else you can look up. We could do. I still don't know who Dan Ryan is.
That was going to be my next one. That's another one, the Dan Ryan.
But why don't they call him Mr. Dan Ryan? Because they call that guy Bishop.
Based on a novel by Sapphire.
Precious. The Precious is locked up in both directions right now because of a Gaper's delay.
Gapers.
Bishop Ford is named after Bishop Francis Xavier Ford. No, that's the Brooklyn thing. All right, here, behind the name Bishop Ford. This is from the Chicago Tribune.
Oh, I can't wait.
This is
he was a Lewis Henry Ford.
The guy who made the car.
No, that's Henry.
He was
Henry.
He was one of the nation's great Pentecostal leaders. He began as a street preacher and became a religious and political powerhouse, a man who had the ears of mayors and presidents. Eventually, he rose to become the international leader of the Church of God in Christ, the world's largest African-American Pentecostal denomination, more than 6 million members in 59 countries. So, Bishop Ford.
He was on a mission from God.
Gad.
Now you know the rest of the story.
They got the Skamads. That's what they got.
That's right.
Skamads.
That's from Blues Brothers. State, county,
Orange Whip.
offensive.
Orange Whip.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
better think about your actions. Not leaving.
Yeah, we lost the Queen of Soul, man.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Yeah.
She's not zooming anybody anymore.
Oh,
man.
come on now, Johnny.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying. Okay, Dan Ryan was named after a former Cook County Board president. Hey, how you doing? I'm Dan Ryan.
Dan Ryan.
You don't need to know.
I used to troll football.
What if his real
That's all
name
you need to know about me.
was Ryan and they screwed it up? My name's spelled backwards.
That he was Ryan Dan?
It's like, well, I'm going to get my name, my city or my expressway named after me, and they're going to put an H in it. I know it.
The Art Balthazar's backed up all the way to Kankakee.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of conversations going all over the place on the Balthazar Expressway.
There's a Gaper's delay on the Balthazar.
Makes no sense.
Semi hit the pavement. Oh,
yeah.
What's a Gapers?
Gapers.
Gaper's delay. It's funny because I forget who in the car. I think either Mike or Tim Seeley was like, "Would that be a Gaper's delay?" Because we were stuck in traffic and it turned out there was an accident on the shoulder.
Oh, Gapers.
Also blocking lane 5 because that's the right lane.
Somebody
and I said no. Gaper's delay is when people go in the opposite direction
Gaping.
are slowing down to exactly to look at.
You know what the rest of the world calls it, right?
No.
Rubbernecking. But you guys know. You guys are calling it gapers.
Well, because
it's a gapers delay.
Thing. Yeah, right. Chicago does.
No,
I said rubbernecking.
It's like pop.
If we said rubbernecking, we'd have to sing the Elvis song, rubbernecking, as we say.
Rubbernecking. Yeah, sing it, Johnny.
Do you have a rubberneck song?
That's my philosophy. Yeah. You done rubbernecking, baby. That's all right with me.
Is that it?
Yeah, man, that's a real song. I think it's in believe it's in Clambake.
I was watching Elvis today, some videos with him in Hawaii singing stuff.
Was it Blue Hawaii?
No, it was Elvis concert in Hawaii. He was singing Suspicious Minds. Man, that guy moves. Really, man. That's got to be the best. I was a big fan all the time, but
when he was on the Ed Sullivan show, they weren't allowed to film him from the waist down.
I mean, I felt it here just drawing. I was like, wow, that guy.
The Hawaii concert, that's when he was thick but not fat.
Yeah.
Well, this one he's still fit. He was still healthy and.
All right. Well, then he was. Yeah. Then he was even thinner than I thought.
Yeah, he was he was stretching, and he said, when he says "shove it up your nose," that's that concert.
Was he doing the Karate Kid thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got to do the moves. My favorite Elvis concert movie is that has also the studio stuff. That's Elvis. That's the way it is. And that has great '70s Elvis singing in the studio with his gospel singers and his pop singers. Good stuff.
Elvis.
And there's a lot of Vegas Elvis in there.
I like Elvis Presley.
Elvis and Dean Martin, huge fans of which superhero?
Sammy Davis Jr.
That is correct. Artie for 5 points. Sammy Davis Jr. You partial.
We got the Junior. We both got that correct. Yeah.
It's true. Hey, man. Hey, man, Shazam. Hey, Billy. I don't know if you and Mary want to hang out later. I'm going to be done at the newsstand, and Uncle Dudley's going to pick me up, and me and Mr. Tawny and Uncle Dudley are going to go out for some frankfurters.
Sammy, say the magic word. Say my name.
Captain Marvel, man. And he'd say man at the end.
We can redo the trailer with Sammy Davis Jr. in Billy's part.
Hey, Zach Levi. Guess what? I'm one of the chosen people as well, man.
Hey, man. Hey, man.
Why don't you come over on Friday for a little suckus? It'll be fantastic. You can ask the 4 questions.
Bring your spoon. What? They're going to have pie or something, right?
Yeah, we're going to have pie, man.
We're going to have ice cream, man.
I love Sammy. You know that movie? It's on YouTube, and it's a really blurry copy, but it's still worth watching. It's called Poor Devil. And he is a lowly demon it's almost like the mirror reverse of It's a Wonderful Life.
Sammy?
Instead of Clarence with the wings, he's a demon, and he's trying to get in good with the devil. Christopher Lee plays the devil.
Oh, I know this.
And it's an early 70s movie, and Jack Klugman is Sammy's old friend before he became a demon, and Sammy's trying to corrupt him and get his soul, and if he can get his soul, then he could be a full...
I know this movie.
Is this an actual thing that you know that Johnny's talking about?
I remember watching this. Yeah.
I remember.
Because I remember this Sammy Davis.
Oh, yeah. Well, for real, Sammy was...
For real, man.
He was a devil worshiper for a while in the 70s. I was just in it for the orgies, man.
God bless him.
Which kind of is the
Who wouldn't be? Yeah.
God bless him.
Hey, man, I'm rethinking this whole Satan thing, you know?
Man.
Not a bad cat.
It's
ka-cha.
Understood. You got in one little argument, they kick him out, and that's it. He's messed up for that's all it takes.
That's the whole premise. That's the premise of the TV show Lucifer. Show ran by my good friend Joe Henderson, who sorry, folks, I forget the woman's name that also co-executive produced the show, but she is one of Marc Guggenheim's friends.
Lucifer.
And we were talking.
That's how they say in Chicago.
Isn't Marc Guggenheim's wife running one of those shows, Lucifer, or
she ran Agent Carter.
Agent Carter, that's it. Yeah.
While Mark was running Arrow.
Yeah.
So it's pretty funny. They're married, and one's running a DC show, and the other one's running a Marvel show.
But they don't tell each other though.
Wow, he's like James Carville and that other lady that he's married.
Mary Matlin.
Hey man,
it's Mary Matlin and James Carville. They're like a crazy odd couple of politics. One's like Felix, the other's like Oscar.
I got a highlight too. I met Mike Barron.
Yes.
And I didn't know that was him on the car ride.
Yes.
I had no idea who he was, as I never knew what he looked like. And when I found out who he was, they was like, wait, you're the Badger Nexus guy? I know you. And I told him I read his books a long time ago. I remember with First Comics. And then he asked me who I was, and I told him, and then he knew me. And he says, I need your card. You got to give me your card. I'm like, okay. And I gave him mine, and then he gave me his. And I told him I have a character named Lynx, kind of inspired from Badger and Wolverine. And he says, good, let's do a crossover. Like, what? so, and then I remember he was real funny because he said, out of my way, I got to catch my plane. And then we were all on the same plane. And so,
That's true.
And so he sat right behind me on the plane, and he kept hitting me in the shoulders while we were going. And he goes, hey, here's my book. Hey, read this. And then I'm reading it or looking through it, and he's tapping me on the shoulder. What do you got there? What's that book you have? I said, I write. This is what I write. It's my sketchbook. I write in my stories. He goes, I write on a legal pad. Like, okay. And then I read the book, and then after I read the book, I started drawing Badger drawings. I was drawing Badger and Lynx fighting and versus Lynx and stuff, and I gave it to him, and I said, hey, these are our guys fighting. He goes, yeah, that's it. That's Lynx and Badger. They're fighting. And I said, they fight at first. There's a misunderstanding, but then they team up to defeat the bad guy. He goes, I like that. That's great. But I'm like,
because that's never happened in a comic book before.
And then he goes, and then I said, you could keep it. He goes, I know. That's what he said.
Oh, this sketch you gave this guy?
You might want to stay away from this crossover.
Yeah.
This is hilarious.
But even Tim said, funny. Do it if you want to have fun. I was like, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, I want to do it.
Totally.
And I found out that his book's published by Devil's Due. So that was kind of cool.
Blaylock.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he asked me, too, do you have a publisher for Lynx? I said, yeah, Action Lab. And he says, oh, okay, good. And so it looks like it's him. Oh, it'd be funny if I'll probably get a script from him tomorrow. Here you go.
Probably.
Yeah.
He was on Word Balloon literally like in my first or second year.
Oh, cool.
And he was really nice. And, he also did The Flash. When right after Crisis. When we had the first adventures of Wally West solo as the Flash and stuff, Mike Barron was the writer.
Oh, cool! And
absolutely, and Vandal Savage, all those initial stories. And I had a great interview with him, and I was hoping, we were done, and I was going to say, talk more. And it was so Mike, thanks a lot for being on. Okay, bye. And he hung up. I'm like,
yeah, he's real. I like him a lot, though. He's real unusual.
He is unusual, but he's funny.
Yeah, but he's real cool, yeah. And he was funny because he kept hitting me in the shoulder with the book or would hit me with stuff.
I asked him how Steve Rude was, his Nexus collaborator.
Yeah.
Because I love Steve. And Steve is another one of those great creators that approached me and was like, you're John Suntress. Man, I love Word Balloon. And I'm like, oh, Steve, my God. I'm like, that is the highest compliment. I love your art. I've loved it for years. And he and Mike are old friends and stuff. And I asked him, I said, how's Steve doing? And he said, the dude abides. Because, that's his nickname, the dude. Steve the Dude Rude.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, oh, my God, that's awesome. Like, you're right.
Yeah, that's good stuff. So, I like this. That's what Terrificon was, a really cool show for the legendary guys. Like, I don't know how they got all these guys. Like, Roger Stern was there and stuff. And
yep.
All these guys.
Dude. My first interviews with Roger Stern, Christopher Priest, Don McGregor, Jim Starlin.
Wow.
Just amazing, really. The whole weekend was just a thrill. And then, and then touching base with Jerry Ordway after I just had him on. And Roy, and Denny O'Neill, and Mike Barr.
Welcome.
First time I ever talked to Mike Barr. Yeah. Exactly. I know, Francis.
And it was funny.
Thank you very much, Francis.
After that night, we all ate after dinner when all the restaurants were coming out all at the same time, but Ordway and Brett Breeding came out of the...
Yes.
And Brett Breeding looked at me, and he remembered me from 5 years ago in Metropolis. And that blew me away, too. And he said, wait, you're... I said, Art. He goes, yeah, Balthazar. I'm like, yeah. And then we were talking, and when I met him at Metropolis... I was with him and Ron Friends, and I was overwhelmed because why would they put me with these two guys? The guys, they killed Superman, they drew Thor, they did all these things. And I gave each guy a set of Superman Family. And Brett Breeding told me, I like those books you gave me. I was like, wow. Like, you read them? He says, yeah, I liked them. I was like, oh, cool. And then we were on the panel where Ron Frenz was telling the crowd how Thor could beat Superman. And he went long explanation. And all I said to him was like, nope, I disagree. You're wrong. And then so he would get real mad. And I thought he hated me after the panel. And then I was telling him how Superman would beat Thor real easy. And I just told like 2 sentences. And so I thought he hated me. And then he said, that was so fun. We should do that again. It's like, whew. Man, I thought he wanted to kill me. But Brett Breeding remembered, and that kind of floored me too. It's like, how do these older guys, like, I admire all these guys.
Why do they care about us? Yeah.
Yeah, like, how do they remember me? I was a big goof on there. I'm all stupid, but they know. They just they know the name. And it was really weird, and it was cool to those were like highlights. The highlight of the show was that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
These guys, and like, wow, this guy inked the death of Superman, and I think he would eat inked Bogdanov. I think that's what he would do. But he was around the time. He worked with what's the guy? Dan Jurgens. He worked with Jurgens, Bogdanov, all those guys at that time. And Ron Frenz too. He inked Ron Frenz stuff. So I'm just amazed at that stuff. It
is weird how these guys know about us, because I didn't get a chance to really talk to a lot of people because I was running back and forth. Because as All Yeah Comics, we did the Fun Zone, which was awesome and a blast, and kids had tons of fun. But Marc Hammond from All Yeah Comics, the stores, Brother Bear. He went around and he was talking to a couple of people, and he was talking to CB Cebulski. And he really hadn't met him before, but he talked to him and he introduced himself. He goes, "I'm Mark from All Yeah Comics." He goes, "Oh, I know All Yeah Comics." More than one person this weekend talked to CB Cebulski about our store,
there you go.
And how they got them back into comics and what a great store it is and everything. So, and Brother Bear said that wasn't the only creator. There were a couple other creators that came up to him and knew about the stores, and that always blows my mind that people know about us and what we do, and that's just so cool.
I completely agree. And CB, I have to say, I got finally got CB on the pod. I mean, CB and I, we've been acquaintances for a long time, but he's been globetrotting. He was the talent scout for Marvel and literally going around the world. Oh, I can't, man, I'm going to Italy. Oh, I can't, man, I'm going to China. Stuff like that. It would happen all the time. So finally, now he's editor-in-chief, so he's got to be in New York.
That's cool.
And I'm like, CB, finally, man. And he goes, I know. He goes, I finally get to be on Word Balloon. I'm like, yeah, this is terrific. Him and Pete Tomasi.
Pete Tomasi, yeah.
That's cool.
I liked him. I like Pete as well. He's a good man.
And even, go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say, just like you were saying about the Superman debate that you had with Ron Frenz, we had on Sunday, it was my only panel, thank God. It was a Robin panel. And it was Denny O'Neil, Mike Barr, Jim Starlin, Pete Tomasi, and Tim Seeley. And I go to Denny first, and I'm like, all right, Denny. I go, you were around when Dick Grayson, they first sent him to college, and he was out of the Batman book. I'm like, what was your feelings about Batman or Robin? And he goes, I never understood Robin. What is this man who hides in the street, in the alleys, in the shadows? He's got this kid with a bright red tunic, short little green pants, bare legs. He's just, just telling the truth and everything. And Mike Barr contradicted him. And then I go to Starlin, and he's like, I never liked Robin. That's why I was happy to kill him. And it was great. Cecilia afterwards, he's like, we got a bunch of kids sitting there that love Robin, and you got these old guys complaining. And I kept saying in this great 5-year-old voice, but I like Robin.
That's funny.
But it was hilarious. It was just great. These guys are just, the hell with Robin.
Let's kill him again.
Couldn't kill him. Pretty much. No, it was balanced, though, because, Pete wrote Damian. And, of course, Seeley, spoke up. And actually, Mike Barr did, too. And that's what I loved as dark as things got during the Frank Miller era. And, guys like Doug Munch, who I loved when he wrote Batman with Paul Gulacy. Mike Barr and Alan Davis, the Detective Comics book was a much happier book. And as I said, I go, in your guys' book, Batman smiled.
Yeah.
And it wasn't ashamed. It wasn't ashamed. And it was a friendly, warm smile. It wasn't and I'm about to kill you now. It was happy Batman. It
wasn't a killing joke smile. Yeah.
No, it definitely was not a killing joke smile. Or laughing fish.
Laughing fish. joke.
But it was good stuff, man. I had such fun. And for the Word Balloon listeners that also listen to the podcast, before I release them on the Word Balloon podcast, I'm going to put all the panels on my Patreon page. And so the people that already subscribe to Word Balloon, they're going to get the first listen to them. But they will eventually be on the podcast. But I just wanted to, having so much great content, and I want to get it out there. And I decided to call it Word Balloon 101 because it's back to school season, and being in like a conference, a con panel room where it's a little echoey and stuff, it sounds like it's a lecture.
I like
it. Sounds like you got your professors kind of debating the psychology of Wolverine. Yeah, Roy Thomas did that with Dr. Susanna Flores.
You got to pay tuition.
Exactly. Well, no, it's a free. Well,
I know.
I guess you do have to pay. That's true. You have to. I know times are tough, but if you can cough up that, you can get a student loan to help you out with your Word Balloon tuition. It's only $1.
Mm-hmm.
You can do it for as little as $1 a month.
Chicago Classroom.
.com.
That's right. Chicago. Was that that was the plastic surgery?
Chicago Light Consumption.
Chicago Liposuction. That's what it was. That's right.
Yeah.
I didn't even remember what it was. That's
I
right.
remember.
Chicago Liposuction. Dr. Gupta. Do you have turkey neck? He's this French dude, but his accent did not sound French at all.
Gupta.
Yes, I will help you with tummy tuck. Turkey neck.
That's because someone told him that you got to get rid of that French accent, so he worked on it, and that's what he got.
Man, now it's just angry. Now it's just angry foreigner voice. I believe that accent is angry foreigner.
You got to be more ethnic, Gupta. More ethnicity.
I will get rid of your saddlebags,
right.
Turkey neck,
Penny,
tummy tuck.
Gupta.
Sanjay Gupta. That's another guy. That's the guy I think on CNN. Dr. Sanjay Gupta will be talking about aneurysms in the next hour.
Oh, that's good. That's good stuff.
I'm telling you, man. Good stuff is right.
I like it. That's good.
So Word Balloon 101 and great stuff. Oh, another Paul Kupperberg, who I love, great 70s and 80s Superman writer and editor at DC, and a lot of other things. He interviewed Barbara Freelander. Hello.
Barbara.
I used to edit DC romance comics from the mid-'60s till the late '60s. And she was great. She was hilarious. It told great stories.
Barbara?
Jack Adler, Saul Harrison, yeah. Barbara.
Freelander.
Barbara.
Freelander.
Barbara. Freelander. Barbara.
She was good. And she also edited Swingless Scooter, the Archie knockoff of DC.
Swingless Scooter?
No, not Slingless Scooter.
Swingless?
and not Sling Blade Scooter. No, Swing with Scooter.
Oh, Swing with Scooter.
Scooter's not on tonight with us.
And it would be El Swing con Scooter,
Ooh.
I guess, for the Spanish language channel.
Our Spanish listeners, yeah.
Spring con Scooter.
Swing on the scooter.
SpringCon.
That too.
Fantastic.
Fantasticon.
Incredible
Good stuff. I never went by the... Did you guys go at all to any of the gaming tables?
No. Smell like smoke in there. Stinks.
What
place. And it takes an hour to eat anything in that place. It was so discouraging.
Room service is only 30 minutes, sir.
I know. I should have did that. Cause
I had 2 breakfasts. I did Saturday morning breakfast and Sunday morning breakfast.
Every time I ate, I was beyond starving. And the food is just food. It's not even good. It's just...
Well, that was the buffet, sir.
But everywhere I ate all weekend was like,
really?
Yeah.
I thought the seafood place was good.
The seafood place was excellent, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's one.
The
and then
wasn't
the other places are good too, but they're just you can't get into them.
You gotta wait.
Crowd.
You gotta wait.
Yeah.
Well, I just knew because when you guys said you were going to do the breakfast buffet, I'm like, no way in hell, I need to sleep. And also because of my overnight hours, I knew I'd be up like at a crazy hour or something like that. So yeah, at like 5 a.m, I ordered breakfast, and it was oatmeal or it was yogurt and granola and berries. It was excellent.
Berries.
It was perfect. Berry.
I told you the first I was there because I was there Thursday setting up. So my family and I wound up eating at Frank Peepee's, and that was pretty good.
Oh, the pizza place. I wanted to go to Frank Peepee's.
Frank Peepee's was good. No, it's pronounced Peepee's. No, Pepe's?
Is it really pronounced Peepee's?
No.
Was that a good one? Peepee's?
That's good. Is that Connecticut pizza, Frank Pepe's?
I don't know. I just know it's good.
Or is it New Jersey pizza?
New Jersey. Would I eat New Jersey pizza? Come on now.
Well, I know Frank Pepe. It really is like a famous. It's like Lou Malnati's in Chicago.
Yeah, all the presidents have eaten there at the Frank Pepe's.
Really?
And I believe, and I know Sinatra was a big Patsy's fan, but I believe he also ate at Frank Pepe's.
I cannot recommend the one in Danbury, Connecticut.
The Frank Pepe's?
Yeah, because I've eaten at that one, and I was like, this one's okay. That's the first one I ate at. And then my wife wanted pizza on Thursday, and I said, all right, let's just eat here. I was prepared for the same thing I had the last time, but I'm like, oh man, this is so much better. It was so much better, and so it's
that's good.
So yeah.
Peepees.
On Sunday morning, I ordered room service, and I'm like, what the hell? I'll have pancakes, expecting 3, maybe 4 pancakes, 6 gigantic stacked pancakes. It would have put Paul Bunyan to shame.
And we didn't even.
And I knew that was only going to be my only meal until I got home to Chicago Sunday night. So I ate them all.
I wish
we didn't eat. We didn't eat where I wanted to eat. Was the Hash House a Go-Go, which is really good.
Is it?
Yeah, you get breakfast there, and you know those 6 pancakes you had.
Yes.
Yeah, this would put them to shame.
They give you 1 pancake there. I ate there one time.
Oh, you ate there?
Was it a giant apple pancake?
They give you a giant pancake. It looks like a pizza. That's how big it is. It's just a giant pizza pancake.
That's how they are in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
And I forget what they call them. They've got like a Danish name.
They call them
like parfugen with umlauts over the eyes and stuff like that.
Umlauts.
Pankomen. I believe it's called pankomen, which is I think that's like a Dutch pancake. But yeah, they're like the size of a pizza, and they make them sweet and savory.
Oh yeah, they're both the best kind.
Excellent. Good stuff, man.
Now I want pancakes.
I know. I hadn't had pancakes in a long time, and I'm like, I'm here. I'm having room service. The hell with it. The hell with it.
The hell with
it. We were all sore Saturday night. We couldn't move, especially after we gorged ourselves at the buffet. So we went back to our rooms, and Artie and I were watching boxing in our respective rooms.
Yeah.
And I fell asleep, and then I woke up at like 2 a.m, and I'm like wide awake. So I bought a streaming movie, and I watched Sinatra in Palm Springs, a documentary. And it was fantastic. And it was all about Frank being in Palm Springs and all of his charitable work and all the bars and restaurants that he went to in Palm Springs.
So his houses. You had an entire casino at your disposal, right at your feet, and you had world class entertainment. Mm-hmm. And you stayed in your room and watched a documentary.
I did. If I went down to the casino, I would have spent money that I couldn't afford.
I would have gambled with you.
Yeah, but again, I would have still spent money that I couldn't afford.
I would have gambled your money for you.
Exactly. So no, and the other thing too is I showed you, right? I bought from Bob Allman, who is another inker of great note. He and Sal Valuto did the Christopher Priest Black Panther run, and there was that one great story that they did where it was World War II Captain America against T'Chaka, the Black Panther's father.
Ooh.
And it's a great fight scene. So Sal and Bob penciled and inked this amazing commission on a variant blank cover for Revengers, and Bob had it there and stuff. And I'm like, oh my, wow, that's amazing. I'm like, how much is that? He's like, $150, which is a great price for 2 full figures fighting each other.
Did you bargain him down? Because he's an artist and probably not worth it, so you should have bargained him down a bit.
I probably could have, but he was such a sweet guy. And
really that was my sarcastic tone, right, Johnny?
Of course I do. Of course I do. No, but you're right. And honestly, I'm like, I probably could have gotten him like, $25 cheaper or whatever. But instead, I'm like, man, that's so great. I go, I think he just made a sale. He's like, really? And he seemed really appreciative. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, man, because it's a great buy.
Yeah, I like that.
You showed me the piece. It was awesome. Yeah.
It's fantastic. It's incredible. So yeah, I was like, this is too good, man. So yeah, I haven't had a chance to go to Michael's to get.
I had a lot of sketch covers. I did, Johnny.
Yeah, that's good.
Wow. Well, all mine were for sale.
Meanwhile, my favorite is still.
All mine were for sale. I saw you look through them too, and thanks for not picking any up. Thanks, Johnny.
Sorry, buddy. Thanks. Sorry, buddy. I still like that one year when you had the Apache chief and we were laughing about him being gigantic, standing over the city, very sad. Meanwhile, Apache chief looks on as progress has ruined his once native land. In the Ted Knight voice.
He was that Mohegan Sun, too. He was...
in Chuck.
Oh, man. Sorry.
I'm going to open one called it the Mohegan's Daughter.
Oh.
Why don't they do that?
My favorite is looking at the casino entertainment. Like you said, they had the toga party coming for Animal House with Tim Matheson and Otis Day. But the best was they had an ad for the Doobie Brothers.
Oh, yeah.
We all know growing up, I mean, there's that great cover for the album Minute by Minute where it's the full band. And it's like 25 guys on the cover and stuff. And, Michael McDonald. Now there's only three
guys.
Original.
There's only 3 left, right?
3 guys.
Patrick Simmons, Tom Johnson, and I don't know the third guy's.
And one of the guys has his eyes closed, so he's on his way out.
There you go. Jeff Skunk Baxter no longer with the band. Michael McDonald no longer with the band.
I remember from that episode of What's Happening.
Yeah, they were on there, and it was real strange that
Two brothers were on What's Happening.
Yeah, and it was real strange that everyone knew who they were. The Doobie Brothers. Like, you guys don't listen to the Doobie Brothers.
Yeah, Rerun had a cassette tape recorder. One of those old 70s ones.
Boombox. Yeah.
And he had it underneath his trench coat, and he was bootlegging the concert. And
that's hilarious.
The Doobie Brothers, they weren't going to stand for that.
They didn't like it, no.
Yeah, but the concert was awesome because there was only like 7 or 8 people in the audience, and
there were 25 Doobie Brothers.
And the 25 Doobie Brothers and the Scooby Gang, Fred and Raj, they were all
hey.
They were all, and Dwayne, they were all in the front seat.
Oh yeah, Dee's always.
No, she was too young to be in the to go to the concert. Come on, Johnny.
Was Shirley there?
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember.
Remember Shirley? And of course, Mama.
But yeah.
That's right. Dwayne was hey.
Hey. Yeah.
Now was Dee was before Tootie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes. Dee Tootie came after. Yeah.
All right. Who can do the What's Happening theme song?
Boom.
Nice. That is how it starts.
Boom. Boom. Wee.
Yeah, that's right.
Wee.
I knew I already would know that.
Boom. Hey, look at the fat kid trying to get on the pickup truck. Yeah.
And every other episode was, man, that fat kid could dance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a great story about Rerun.
Tell us.
No Roger, no Rerun, no rent.
And his name was Raj. Raj.
Hey, R-A-J. It's true, Raj.
It's
hey, Raj. Well, there used to be a shoe. There used to be a shoe retail store called Shoe Carnival.
Yeah.
And my friend was a marketing director for them.
Like shoe.
And they were supposed to have this in South Carolina. They were supposed to have this big Grant store opening, and they had signed this college basketball star to be there and be one of the celebrities. Well, technically, it violated NCAA rules about endorsements and stuff. So at the last minute, he couldn't show up, and they had to get a celebrity real fast. Enter Rerun.
Oh yeah.
If you're trying to get one real fast, how's he going to be? Man, that guy can move. That's why
he showed up and danced his way into the hearts of many a shoe carnival thing, and it was a much bigger success. So Rerun saved the day.
I like Rerun.
Hey, Rerun.
Way to go, Rerun. Nice.
I'll bring him over to any family party. He would make any picnic.
Now I used to get confused with the mother on What's Happening with the mother on That's My Mama.
Oh,
because they were both.
I don't even remember the one That's My Mama.
Yeah, I never saw That's My Mama.
She's in Billy Madison. She plays the woman that's like the maid in Billy Madison.
The little old white lady that gets her house taken away?
No, that's Happy Gilmore.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what it is.
That's the grandma in Happy Gilmore. No, Billy Madison, it's like, I love you, baby. You want to come see me shave my armpits?
Ooh.
He's like, all right then.
That was the one where he had the girlfriend who looked like a cat, right? That one girl always looked like a cat in all of her movies.
Yes.
Then she played a cat in one of Island of Dr. Moreau, didn't she?
Oh, I don't remember that, but she was one of the witches in The Craft.
Yeah. I think
she was a witch in the crap.
She was Dorothy when she was a little kid, and she was in Return to Oz.
Dorothy.
The live action sequel to The Wizard of Oz.
I never knew that.
Yes, sir. Farika, something like that.
Dorothy. They had an extra
Dorothy.
Dorothy. Dorothy. That's right.
That's the Wicked Witch's music on the bicycle.
Wicked Witch. Wicked Witch of the West.
Flying monkeys.
Wicked Witch of the West. I just remember that episode of What's Happening where the mom broke up like this cult type thing that everybody joined, where they were all worshiping a head of lettuce. That's what I remember.
I don't remember that.
And then because I remember her at the end. She picked up the head of lettuce and she said, "Lettuce, get out of here." And then she threw it over her shoulder. Yeah.
Wow.
I remember that.
And then there was the sequel series, What's Happening Now?
What's Happening Now?
Yeah.
Right.
But Raj had a wife.
Well, yeah, Raj had a wife in a suit and everything.
She was right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I remember her. She's in Hollywood Shuffle with Robert Townsend.
Yeah. I'm like, how did Raj get that? What's going on there?
She had 3 names, as I recall.
I can't remember. And Dee was grown up. I didn't like her growing up.
No, she was funnier when she was a kid.
Dee got big. And
Dee got big, too.
Not as big as Tootie.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, moment of silence for Charlotte Rae, Mrs. Garrett. Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah.
And of course, as Sylvia Schnauzer, her greatest role on Car 54, Where Are You?
I don't know.
None of us have ever seen that.
I know. And I'm telling you, it's a crying shame because all of them are as great as they were on the Munsters, Fred Gwynn and Al Lewis, even funnier on Car 54.
I don't think that's
especially Al Lewis. And Charlotte Rae played his wife, Sylvia Schnauzer. Leo Schnauzer and Sylvia Schnauzer.
I don't think that's right.
I'm never going to watch that. I'm never going to
For God's sake, Herman. Come down to the dungeon. I got a pill for you, Herman.
I don't think that's the thing.
I'm never going to watch it.
I'm just saying.
I don't.
It's no What's Happening Now, I'll grant you.
Luke grant me?
I don't
understand how that happened. How did they go from being all serious to all dramatical and then not dramatical?
And Luke Grant?
Luke Grant, yeah, because that was the same guy from Mary Tyler Moore.
Hi, Mary. Hi, Mary.
Hi, Mary.
It's the same guy from there. And then the same guy from MASH, who was like all chuckles and everything, and he leaves the show, and then BJ comes on the show on MASH, and then he goes and he gets the dramatic series hour long in a hospital. Trapper John MD.
No. Yeah, well, that was the character, but it was Bonanza that played Trapper John.
No.
Yes,
it's the character. Yes, it's the character. But how does that happen? How do you go from being in a comedy world to being in a dramatic world? No.
The real world sucks. That's why. I don't know. I know Anne Marie Johnson.
That's because the Army's fun.
That was Raj's wife on What's Happening Now. Exactly. The Army's a ball of wax.
I'm never going to watch Trapper John either. I never saw that. I have no idea what it is.
I remember my parents used to watch it.
Yeah. And I didn't like it because all the other doctors had cute little nicknames too. Oh, that's Jackpot. Oh, that's Slim Slam. It's like, what?
Really?
Shut up. It's not Korea. It ain't Korea anymore. Chachi.
That guy that was
Joni loves Chachi.
I like the guy who was right underneath, a subordinate of Trapper John, the good-looking guy. He was always on the Battle of the Network Stars, and he was real hot.
I remember that.
He was McDreamy before McDreamy was a thing.
Oh, we gotta look up this now. I believe it's Gregory Harrison.
So yes, that's it. Sorry, I let him into that one, Artie. Sorry.
I have no idea what this stuff is.
Because also Michael Tucci was on Trapper John as well. I like Michael Tucci.
I like Billy Tucci.
See, Pernell Roberts, when he was on Bonanza, he wore a toupee. But when he did Trapper John, he didn't wear the toupee, and he let himself be bald.
I don't know who these people are.
Bald.
Is it like Same Elsewhere? Saint Elsewhere? That was something like that, too.
Saint Elsewhere. That's where Mark Harmon got AIDS.
Did he?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's true.
For real, or his character?
No, his character is one of the first ones to get like a major thingy, like illness like that.
I never saw that either.
How old Mark Harmon is? Let's find out how old Mark Harmon is, because
Mark Harmon is timeless. That's how old he is.
It's true. Well, what I loved was for a brief time he let himself grow a mustache, and he looked like a tiny Dick Van Dyke.
Ooh.
He looked like tiny Dick Van Dyke with a mustache. 1951.
You said Dick.
So 60. He's 67. Yes, he'll be 68 in September. Or yeah,
he's on that.
No, he'll be 60. He's 66. Yes.
Mark Harmon sucks.
No, he look why?
Summer School. How could you?
I don't know.
Yeah, I love.
I never saw it.
Carl Reiner movie.
I didn't like him because he destroyed Moonlighting.
Yeah,
that's the only time I saw him. He started kissing on Silver Shepherd, and then 3 episodes later, and it was over.
Well, they had to pay him a lot of money because it was Sybil Shepherd.
Really? Is that what happened?
He was an astronaut on the show. That's why he was like the perfect man. He was good looking. He was an astronaut, like too cool, and a really nice guy. But Bruce Willis, Maddie.
Yeah,
I'm all bummed down, Maddie.
Yeah, David Addison.
That's true. That's when Bruce Willis was good. He's still good though. Bruce was always good.
Bruno from the Block? How could you not like Bruno from the Block?
Exactly.
Unbreakable. Come on,
it's true.
Pulp Fiction.
And soon, Glass.
Glass
Holes. It's gonna be good. Glass Holes. Mark Harmon was on West Wing, and he played an FBI agent that was protecting
CJ.
CJ, yeah, but I forget the actress's name.
Allison something.
Jenny. Allison Jenny. And he gets shot. He gets shot.
I got shot.
He been shot.
But he was great. I'm a huge fan. I've been listening. There's a West Wing podcast where they watch each show and talk about it, and it's co-hosted by Joshua Malina, who was in Scandal and West Wing and Sports Night, and he's a big favorite actor of Aaron Sorkin's. That's why he's in all the Aaron Sorkin shows and movies.
I don't know any of these things. Why? Like, this is for real. I never.
You never leave your house ever.
Right, and you watch 5 TV shows over and over again.
Yeah.
You keep watching Breaking Bad over and again.
Well, it's the best thing. Why do I need to ruin anything else?
You got to watch Barry.
I got to watch Barry. Yeah, I'll try.
Barry's only 8 episodes too, and they're half-hour episodes, so that's an easy watch. Sir.
So I try things, but then they don't stick.
I know, like Star Trek, you were like really good in watching the first season.
Yeah,
and I told you should only watch the good ones. There's like 60-some episodes of Star Trek, and there's only like 20 good ones, maybe 30 good ones, maybe half.
I saw one where they were on a planet with little children. They were in like
Yeah, that's not a good one. That's a bad one.
Speak for yourself, Johnny. I like that one.
There's 2 of them. That, by the way, the lead character in that one's name is Hi Miri. Her name is Miri, Miri, and it's Kim Darby from True Grit.
It was all right. I get it though. Like I get it, and like I move on.
Oh yeah, you've seen enough.
I want to watch Spice Guy now because of hearing all this stuff.
It's a great show. First 3 seasons are amazing. 4th season you don't have to watch.
Joan Severance is in that too. Oh,
with Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
So I don't want to see a lot of things.
That's the second half of the first season.
Man,
Profit.
Man, I had a crush on her. I had a crush on Ken Wall, but man, when she came on the show, my crush for her. Severance? Yeah, my crush for her superseded my crush for Ken Wall.
I understand. Well, Joan Severance was that kind of actress, and forgive me, those of you in the Me Too movement, but she seemed to like be okay with getting naked in any movie that she was in.
Like every one, right?
What's that?
Like every movie she was in. What did she?
A lot of them.
When Showtime was just like starting up, she was in that Red Shoes Diary thing. Where it was like wall-to-wall nudity in that thing. Yeah, it wasn't. It was made by the Red Shoe Diaries guy. The movie you're thinking of is Lake Consequences. Right, but it was part of that series, right? The Red Shoe Diaries. No, it was separate. No, that was separate because he made Lake Consequences and Two Moon Junction, and then he made the Red Shoes Diaries series with David Duchovny. You know a lot about this. I do, because you know why? Artie will freak when I tell him this. The producer of these Zalman King movies funded a little team in Chicago known as the Chicago Wolves, ladies and gentlemen, the minor league hockey team.
I like the Wolves. I've seen the Wolves before.
The guy who owned the Wolves produced all of Zalman King's feature movies, like Consequences and Full Moon Junction. He was in Red Shoes Diaries. He was the narrator.
Yeah, he used to read letters.
Exactly.
Two Moon Junction had Sherilyn Fenn. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
My God. My gosh.
Boy, I don't know any of these names.
Sherilyn Fenn, you would know her. She was in that Twin Peaks. The one who tied the cherry stem into a knot.
I never saw Twin Peaks either.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was great.
I don't know why I missed all these things.
It was during I think that was during your rough years.
Yeah, and the 90s sucked real bad for me.
There you go.
And
a lot of this stuff happened in the 90s. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I didn't see any of these things. And I had to watch things later, I guess. Now I'm catching up with some stuff. But I saw movies then. But I'd watch Zorro and Godzilla all the time.
I like Zorro.
Antonio Banderas Zorro.
That's a fine film with Anthony Hopkins.
Catherine Zeta-Jones, my God.
Oh, boy, oh, boy.
And Antonio Banderas.
Wow. I watched that movie with no volume eventually.
Although, I got to be honest, his little kid in the second movie, I wanted to kind of smack.
Oh, that movie that comes with a hammer.
Yeah, it was not a good movie.
Got a little hammer in there for the baby toe. And then you could send away for a coupon to get a larger hammer if you plan on watching it again.
It's large.
Yeah. It's so bad.
I like how you have to get your hammers through mail order.
Yeah, because they know. It's like, if you're going to, we got another one, he's going to watch it twice, getting the bigger hammer. It's called the number 5. It's called the number 4 because you start out with the number 5.
You can't make a split decision of watching a movie tonight and say, no, I got to go to the hardware store first. You're like, no, I got to wait 2 days because I'm mail ordering the hammer.
Yeah, because it's a specific one that's just built for the ring toe finger toe. Yeah, so you could smash the hell out of it and flatten it real good. And then after the 5th time, that's when they send you the big thing.
Back to Terrificon, I never got close enough to see what Mantis looks like without her makeup. He was there.
My son was in the Fun Zone room with his friend Matt, and they were giving away comic books to passers-by. And he came and he asked me, he had this box with half the comics in it, and he asked me and Brother Bear, what should I do with these? And we're like, oh, just give them out. Give them out to anybody.
Sure.
And he was giving them out, and the last Action Comics 1000 that he gave out was to this woman that happened to be walking by, and he talked to her and he said, would you like this comic? And she said, what is it? And he had a little back and forth. And she goes, okay, thanks. And she took the comic, and it was Mantis. And my son didn't recognize her without, the makeup.
Yeah.
And his friend Matthew said, that was Mantis from the Guardians of the Galaxy. You just gave a Marvel character a DC book. And they were both, because they're in that late teenage years, were marveling at the irony of that and thinking of how to try and make a meme out of it.
Or were they DCing at the irony of that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, that's true. They were DCing at the what?
Mantis.
Mantis.
Tis.
Tis.
Oh, I got it. Mantis.
When she's made up like Mantis, I stand by the fact that she looks like Joyce DeWitt from Three's Company.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Sweatpants.
Oh, boy.
Oh. Drax and Janet hanging out.
The Janet show. See, I saw that all the time. We watched that.
Sure.
My dad was controlling the TV.
I got to be honest, though, those Mr. Furley years, as much as I love Don Knotts, he could not hold a candle to Mr. Roper. I was a big Mr. Roper fan.
Yeah.
Norman Fell.
I'm okay with both guys.
And I liked Audrey Landry, or whatever her name was, as...
Mrs. Roper?
Her name was Mrs. Roper.
Yeah, she was good.
Stanley.
They had comedic timing.
Yeah.
She always wore those muumuus.
They reminded me of an old vaudeville couple type.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what
he was funny.
That's what Margot Kidder looked like when I met her. She looked like Mrs. Roper.
Good morning, Margot.
Yeah,
exactly.
I liked her though. She's
of course.
Good.
Oh my God!
I got chills.
Hey man, that's like
Hey man.
I'm telling you, that's like when I met 50-something Rita Moreno.
Rita Moreno.
She was still Rita Moreno, man. A hot, spicy little number.
Yeah, now she's still cool. She was on Wendy Williams a few weeks ago. I saw her.
Oh my God! On the SAG Awards, she wore, or no, was it the Oscars where she wore the dress that she wore?
For
West Side Story. And it still fit.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, I want to live in America.
She's awesome. She's on that One Day at a Time on the Netflix.
Yeah.
This is it.
I want the washing machine because I want to live in America.
I want the washing machine.
She pretty much is playing that West Side Story character 60 years later or whatever.
Yeah, she is. You don't need volume when she comes on either, right?
She's the abuelita or whatever.
Yeah.
She's the grandmother.
Yeah.
The abuela.
I like her because she was talking about how she had an affair with Marlon Brando.
Yes.
And she was with, who's the other cool guy? Oh, Elvis.
Yep.
Yeah, she was talking about that on Wendy. Yeah, and
there was a great.
Ellen loved her, but he
killed all of those guys just with her looks.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. She's in a great James Garner movie called Marlowe. It's Philip Marlowe, the detective, and she plays literally like a burlesque striptease artist. And she looks amazing.
Man, why are you telling me these things, Johnny?
Because I need you to get the movies.
Because you've never seen it, and we're trying to help you out there.
See, now this is good stuff. Like, I don't care about that other stuff where I got to look up people's names. This is good. Rita Moreno.
Hot, spicy number.
Hot, spicy little number. Yeah, see, I could...
Rita Moreno.
I could identify with her.
Chocolate Babies? Yeah, that's right.
The Babies. I used to like Natalie Wood, too.
Natalie Wood was lovely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I accidentally killed Natalie Wood when we were on our yacht.
Christopher Walken killed her, right?
And they choked her, right? Threw her overboard?
No, he didn't. They didn't choke her. Well, we don't know exactly what happened.
What did they do?
They were on the yacht. It was Robert. It's Robert Wagner, her husband. I believe Christopher Walken was on the yacht, and
Yakachta.
Yeah,
I had a watch up my butt.
Exactly, a watch. No, but yeah, they just kind of are starting to reopen the case in the last year or two.
Yeah,
much to the chagrin of 89-year-old Robert Wagner. What's going on?
He's old now, right?
He's very old.
Because there is no statute of limitations on the murder.
I guess
right?
not, but man, that's going to be crazy if they do implicate him before he passes away.
You think he did it? He choked.
Well, we don't know because the yacht captain gave a statement originally, and then all of a sudden, like about 5 years ago, he's like, I wasn't telling the truth back then, and it's like, wait a minute. So yeah, it's crazy, man. But my favorite Robert Wagner moment is in the John Candy movie Delirious, when he writes the soap opera and his magic typewriter puts himself in the soap opera, and he pretends to be this rich like playboy named Jack Gates, and all of a sudden you hear, "That's funny, all my life I've been Jack Gates," and it's Robert Wagner in a tuxedo. It's like, oh my God, you're Robert Wagner.
I remember that.
What are you doing in the soap opera?
How come I saw that one?
I remember
they show it on TV all the time, but then he gets shot. And he's bleeding. And Jack Eddie's like, you can't die. You're Robert Wagner.
My favorite Robert Wagner moment was when Rob Lowe played him in the sequel to Austin Powers.
Dr. Evil. And it's great because that's how I learned how to do my Robert Wagner imitation, is watching Rob Lowe. Because he did. It wasn't a dub over. He was imitating.
Yeah, he did.
Talk about someone who's had like an awesome career. Who could have been Rob Lowe, who could have been so typecast and Brat Packed, Yeah,
but he's so pretty. There's no way that they weren't going to continue to try.
No, but come on, you know
Stamos.
actors that are that pretty that are not that good.
That's true. Yeah, like Stamos, for instance.
Yeah.
Didn't he choke out a few people?
Rob Lowe?
Yeah. He just had sex with a whole bunch of them and recorded it on video.
Yeah, that's
that
what
happened.
Yeah.
That definitely happened.
Something
but
like
also. I loved that one series that didn't make it on Fox. I think it was only the
Grinder,
one season.
right?
The Grinder was hilarious. It was basically his attempt to be Adam West. It was like he was a high-powered attorney on a TV show, and the show gets canceled, and he comes back home, and his whole family are real lawyers, and he's like, "Well, I'll just join the firm," and he just basically is pretending to be a lawyer. And then what's his face? Fred Savage is his younger brother that's like so like freaked out by him. William DeVay played the father. It was funny.
But I'm going through Parks and Rec right now. I'm on like season 4.
Very funny.
And he's hilarious on Parks and Rec.
Yep. And I love, again, great on the West Wing, amazing on the West Wing. Good stuff, man. I love when he came back in the 7th season on the West Wing.
Give it a shot.
Good stuff. Not like his, give my best to your brother Chad, as they said when he was on Larry Sanders. Rip Torn is like, great to have you, Rob. Give my best to your brother Chad.
Chad Lowe. Yeah.
Chad Lowe.
He was in Spider-Man.
He was married to Hillary Swank.
That is correct. And now we move on to geography.
He was?
Yeah.
He's not married to her no more?
No, they got divorced.
Why did they do that?
After she got an Oscar and got all buff and beat people up, she beat him up and kimed him out or something.
Really? So she choked him. She choked him out and got him out of there.
In the words of Earth, Wind, and the Fire, after the love is gone.
Oh, Earth. Yeah, why do they do that? Why can't they stay together?
I don't know, Artie. You gotta ask him. Ask Barbara Freelander.
Barbara
Freelander.
Farmiga. Yeah, they gotta...
we were who were we explaining Verma Farmiga
Verma.
to? Was it Mike? Wasn't it Mike Pellegrino that we were explaining Verma?
Yeah, Mike Pellegrino, President Archie. Yeah.
Verma Farmiga.
Verma.
It was cool. It was cool that you guys got to hang out. I get to hang out with him every once in a while because he's out here on the East Coast. But
we've done it before.
Yeah.
We've had dinner with him at San Diego and the like.
Oh yeah, no, I know, but like not as often.
But I enjoy Mike's company. He's a funny guy.
We ate shrimp. Yeah,
it's true.
It's shrimp.
We used to go to the surfer restaurant behind San Diego.
Verma Farmiga.
That gap-toothed beauty.
He didn't know who she was. That's the best part.
That's true. Yeah, I know. We're like throwing all of her roles. I don't know. No,
yeah, it was like a pod moment right there.
It was. It was like with Artie. I don't know any of these.
I have no idea.
Any of these movies or TV shows.
I have no idea.
The mother on Psycho. No, I don't know. She's in Up in the Air with George Clooney.
God, that movie was on Netflix
she's
for a while.
With Matt Damon. I have no idea.
I have no idea who she is. I watched her several times. That movie was on Netflix with the
Up in the Air?
Airport. Yeah, Up in the Air.
With the Cups girl from the singing movies, Pitch Perfect.
Yeah, Kendrick.
Anna Karenina.
Anna Kendrick.
Yeah.
Anna Kendrick. Yeah,
she's a little cutie.
She's the kind of girl where you look at her and say, "There's something about her," you know.
Yeah, Girl Next Door.
Yeah, she's good. I like her. Did you ever see the movie? Man, I don't know what it's called, but it's about where the devil comes to Earth and he has to mate with somebody.
What the?
So he tries to mate with Kendricks.
Is this a real thing?
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't know that movie. What's it called?
It's a comedy. Oh, man. It might just be called End of the World. I'm not sure. But it's...
No, that's a different movie.
It's with the 7 signs from hell.
Apocalypse.
Yeah, like where it rains frogs and then it's meteors shower from the sky and stuff.
I don't think this is a real movie.
Yeah, I watched it. It was funny. And one of the best parts is all of the ravens that fly around the sky and land on the houses and poles and stuff. They all swear. They'll say "F this, F you," and they all say "Sever, sever." It's real funny. The birds are real evil.
I don't think this is a thing. Johnny, you looking it up?
Kendrick.
Yeah, I'm trying to,
Kendrick,
but I've got her.
You know who's in it? Anna Kendrick is in it. But
Yeah.
you know that guy who was in the Kevin Smith movie who, when they tried to make the porno movie at the coffee shop?
Seth Rogen.
Mary Make a Punter?
No, not Seth Rogen. The other guy, and then he was in Air Tub Time Machine or whatever that one was.
Hot Tub Time Machine?
Hot Tub Time Machine. And he's the guy who's on the commercials playing the piano. And he sings.
Are you talking about, is he bald? Is it Rob Corddry, the guy that's on Ballers?
No, he's the guy that was on Modern Family, that young guy looking guy.
No,
Probably.
He's the guy, man, I don't know his name. He plays on a piano and sings while people are trying to shop. And then he's in Hot Tub Time Machine, and then he's in...
What is he in Hot Tub Time Machine?
He's in the hot tub. I saw that.
He's one of the guys.
He's one of the guys. One of the fat guys, yeah.
I knew that.
He's the fat. He's not the kid with the glasses.
No.
I only know the kid with the glasses, John Cusack, the black guy. Oh, is it the black guy?
Yeah, the black guy.
I know exactly what you're talking about now. He was on The Office.
I don't know that one. I never saw The Office.
He's very funny. And yeah, now that you say that, he is.
But he's in the movie with Anna Kendrick.
All right, stand by.
Whoever handsome boyfriend she had in that movie.
All right, I'm looking up
movies,
on The
and
Office.
The crows are swearing at him wherever they go. Crows are real foul mouth. So that's the rated R rating right there, just the crows. But it's about the end of the world and like the hot meteorites crushed their neighbors and killed one of their parents and stuff.
Wow.
They see the feet like the Wicked Witch of the West.
Now I know how you feel like, Artie, because I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
All right, Craig Robinson is the black gentleman.
Yeah.
From Chicago, by the way, Artie.
Oh yeah.
Born in 1971. Oh yeah, he was in Hot Tub. Yeah, he's the black gentleman in Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yeah, he was in. But this movie,
right,
he plays the devil in this movie, and it's so funny. I enjoyed the movie a lot, but I forget what it was called.
I'm looking.
And we were watching it as a family, so it was really
Rapture Palooza.
That's it.
What the hell was that?
Exactly, and there they are both on the cover of Rapture Palooza. That's Artie. That's like
poor Wayne
from
from Canada has been yelling for like a half an hour. Rapture Palooza.
Yeah, I don't think Wayne's ever. I'm going to bet that Wayne has never seen Rapture Palooza.
It's
kind of like being like, come on, everybody's seen Soul Plane. and no, only you and my cousin Andy have seen Soul Plane.
Soul Plane.
All right, fine.
But I like that Rapture Palooza is such an unusual movie that I never heard about it. And we just
such an unusual movie. No one's ever heard of it.
Yeah,
exactly, man. This is like a direct-to-video. This is a Redbox purchase.
But it was funny because of the animals
premise.
Everything swearing at everybody.
Rob Corddry also in Rapture Palooza.
So I recommend it for some popcorn fun.
Thomas Lennon
sure the
and
kids.
Ken Jeong, the Korean Dr. Ken. He's God
too. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. He was.
Paul Scheer is in the movie. Security Wraith.
I don't know who that is, but I'm sure I recognize.
The rapture has happened, and Lindsay, Anna Kendrick, and her boyfriend Ben, John Francis Daly, and their families have been left behind, doomed to endure torture on Earth.
Yeah.
Former politician named Earl Gundy, played by Craig Robinson, now known as the Beast, is the Antichrist. But when the Beast decides he wants to take Lindsay as his wife, Lindsay and Ben must come up with a plan to defeat the Antichrist.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. That's deep stuff right there.
That sounds like a good family movie.
We watched
see that. Well, it's but that's like the End of the World movie with Seth Rogen and all the Jonah Hill and all those guys, and that's a funny movie.
It seemed to be
Danny McBride.
Wow.
I like that movie. I like when Emma Watson. They're like, we're not going to attack you. We're not going to attack you. And it's like they're a little too forceful and scary as they try to calm her down. It's very, very funny.
Emma Watson.
And they all play themselves.
Oh, that's true.
That's a funny movie.
I never saw that one.
That's good. The guy from She's Not That Into You.
Oh, I like that one. I saw that movie.
The Jay, whatever his name is, he's really funny in it.
See, I saw that movie like 3 times. See, I guess that's...
Sure.
I could have been watching other things, but...
Well, I don't blame you. Alice, I would watch Alice Eve in 3 times in each movie.
Alice Eve.
I think we found out what your issue is, Art. Instead of watching like these movies like 4 or 5 times, you should watch other movies, and then you can watch. You know what we're talking about sometimes.
A lot of times, I know I'm going to like the movie. Like I liked it already, so I'm going to watch it again.
All right, Scott Shaw's friend, Tex Avery. Excuse me.
Why does he hate it? Johnny hates us.
Just get the bag. It's easier.
Get it. Depends.
Just get the bag. They sell Depends for hot women now. That's what I saw the ad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because none of them were old, and I'm like, why is these all attractive ladies wearing diapers? It was really strange.
I gotta get some.
Yeah. Might just get one pair and just leave them on. So this way you don't buy a whole bunch. You just get one and fill it up real good, and then eventually buy another one. So it's Johnny's doing right now. He's pinching right now.
He hates us, though. I don't understand why.
He hates. When he leaves, we don't know what to talk about.
The whole weekend, he didn't really hang out with us at all.
No, he hates us.
Yeah.
I don't know what his problem is.
It's crazy.
He just hates us.
I don't know.
Guys.
All right. Well, let's talk about something normal now that he's not here. Because he'll be back soon. So.
We were supposed to live stream today.
Yeah. We're gonna. Tomorrow, the night after, we'll be on. We'll do some live streaming. Artie and I have taken to live streaming on the Facebook. But if you miss that, it's okay because we'll put it up on our YouTube channel so you can check it out there too.
That's what he's doing right now. Got us a speaker. It's Tex savoring.
Monkey tail.
Bad.
All that.
It's bad.
I'm sorry. That was just.
Mm-hmm. So you got to see that movie. It's good.
I don't think I'm gonna.
Anna Kendrick.
You describing it. I'll watch Pitch Perfect again instead.
See, I understand that. Because you really enjoy that. I never saw Pitch Perfect, but I saw
love
parts.
Pitch Perfect. I didn't want to watch it, but I saw it. It was great.
Because they made 3 of those, right?
Yeah, I didn't see the second one.
Pitch Perfect. Yeah, Pitch Perfect.
Yeah.
I only saw the first one all the way through. But they have made 3.
I loved it.
It has to be good if they made 3 of them.
You and Audrey should watch that, Artie. Seriously, because a lot of my friends with daughters are like, all right, I can watch it because it's funny enough.
I wonder if her Disney actors are in there. Because I watched some of my stuff, and I recognize her Disney actors, and when they show up in the movies I'm watching, I'm like, hey, wait, they graduated, you know?
The Australian girl, Rebel Wilson, is in all 3, of course.
Yes.
And I always wonder when Valiant, honestly, and forgive me if this sounds misogynistic, but I'll say it anyway. When they created Faith, the character Faith in Valiant comics and stuff, I'm like, what Rebel Wilson eventually will play Faith.
Oh, that would be cool.
I think it's truly, I think it's a no-brainer. Honestly, I think it's a no-brainer.
Wow. Yeah, that's a good choice.
I'm standing by my comment, Francis, and I will take the wrath if it comes. Johnny. I'm sure I'm not the only person that thought of that.
Wow.
Don't you agree?
You guys ever see
He's just messing with it.
There's another one that I watched that I really like. It's a they have a whole season of it. It's when the kids spray painting penises on the cars.
Ooh. That's my favorite movie. What's that one? Isn't that a Drew Barrymore movie? Riding around with cars with penises on them?
Isn't that like a documentary, a mockumentary type thing?
It's a Gary Marshall movie. I made it about Drew Barrymore riding around with cars with penises on them.
It's on Netflix. I forget what's American Vandal. That's what's But
who's in that one?
It kind of mocks the other one. Remember that guy in Wisconsin was choking people and he got thrown in jail? And then he blamed it all on his son or something. That's that other one with the hurting guy with the beard. That was Wisconsin. I forgot what that was called now.
Uh-huh.
Yep, it made big controversy and was all over the news. But this one kind of mocks that one. The true story. But it's called American Vandal. And it's real funny. And Dave Scheidt told me to watch it.
American Vandal.
American Vandal, 2017.
Yeah, that was fun. I recommend that. And that movie has some of my daughter's actors from the Disney shows in there.
That makes sense. A true crime satire that explores the aftermath of a costly high school prank that left 27 faculty cars vandalized with phallic images. There you go. Riding around with cars with penises.
That's what it was. And it was good. I enjoyed it. Like I don't know if things are good. I don't want to rate them good, but I know that when I enjoy them, they're good. You know,
I think it's all about whether you like it or not, and who cares about anybody else.
Right? Yeah, because I don't want to. I just have a good like the pepperoni pizza guy, the extra anchovies. That's one of my favorite movies to watch over and over. So I just watch them.
That's Loverboy.
Yeah, then I watched a new one called
The
Package. Is it called The Package or the Eggplant?
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. Did you see that one on Netflix?
No. Package?
Yeah.
I don't think any of these movies are like real movies that you're saying.
Exactly.
They're
all NyQuil involved fantasies.
They might be.
They're all drugged up or whatever.
They might be late night
on GAP.
Superman of Smallville viewings. So I'm probably listening to most of them. but I hear. But this one called The Package on Netflix is very strange, but very over-the-top humor where they make you go, whoa, ooh, like that when they show you things. I don't want to reveal anything.
On the cab ride home from the airport, I was sharing it with Tim Seeley and Mike Norton. I had a lot of Mike Norton moments over the weekend.
It's a mystery. Why was I there?
He even says, that's right. And you guys still do that.
We were talking, I don't know how Gabe Kaplan came up in the conversation. I do, because we were talking about Battle of the Network Stars.
Yeah.
And when Robert Conrad and Gabe Kaplan have the 50-yard dash against each other. And he goes, you ever see the basketball movie Fast Break? And I'm like, I love that movie. That's like one of my favorite 70s basketball comedy movies and stuff. The Karate Kid's mom is in that movie.
Yeah.
She's Gabe Kaplan's wife.
Yeah.
But he goes, it's on Amazon Prime this currently. So as soon as I got home, I watched Fast Break while I was aching from the con. I'm like, I got to watch Fast Break. I haven't watched that movie in like 40 years.
The Karate Kid's mom.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? The lady from Karate Kid?
Yes. Hi, Daniel.
Come on, Daniel. You can do it.
Yeah.
Speaking of Karate Kid.
Sweep the leg, Johnny.
He was there.
Yeah, he was, right?
And my wife was crushing on him, too. And
he looks great.
I peed next to him.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Well, we took turns. Yeah.
I wish I had time to meet him, because I'm telling you, Cobra Kai, very, very funny.
Yeah.
The new show. Unbelievable.
He had a bodyguard with him, though, in the bathroom.
He was a last-minute replacement because John Barenthal... This is what I love about Comic-Con celebrities. I'm sorry, John Barenthal, the Punisher, cannot join us. He has a film commitment. Instead, we have Daniel LaRusso, the Karate Kid, Ralph Macchio, ladies and gentlemen. And everyone's like, yay!
I like Ralph Macchio.
It's fantastic. I mean, like John Barenthal, too, but hey, man, I was cool with the substitution.
Hey, man,
I don't have steak, but here's some fantastic salmon that I think you're going to love.
Yeah, we'll take Barenthal.
So, yeah, my wife went to go with some friends of ours, the ones that we go on vacation with every year, and she is like a force of nature. Nancy.
Hello, Nancy.
I call her the blonde loudmouth. And Ralph Macchio said, "Wow, you are a whirlwind."
To Nancy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like funny. Nancy. Nancy's fun.
Did you take a selfie with him?
Well, she made the mistake. She made the mistake of telling the Ralph Macchio guy that takes the pictures that don't do like my friend Franco does and cut me out of every picture when we take pictures.
So he did.
And she was
That's
so
hilarious.
pissed at him. So he cut her out of the picture.
That's hilarious.
True, I saw it.
Which I found hysterical.
That is funny. Ralph Macchio.
Yeah, I like her.
That is son.
She's real nice to me, though. She would seem like she's real rough, but she's real nice to me. Yeah.
She is nice.
I didn't mean Nancy. I meant Nancy's husband, right, Francis?
Reno.
Yeah, Reno, exactly.
They're both cool.
I loved him on Renegade.
Yeah.
Reno Reigns, yeah.
I know a woman that worked on that show as a production assistant because it was made in Texas. And Kathleen Mayo.
Yeah.
And she was on there for like a season, and she was telling me about all the guest stars that she met.
I don't know who that is.
Kathleen Mayo? You wouldn't know her. She's a podcaster.
Oh.
Well, yeah.
And her brother Johnny.
Johnny! Do it for Johnny!
That's why I never wanted to be called Johnny, but I'll let you guys call me
Outsiders. Did you ever see The Outsiders?
That's also Ralph Macchio, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's where I know him from.
That's an all-star cast.
Give me a pony boy.
Exactly.
I killed him, pony boy. I killed him.
I read all those books when I was a kid.
Oh, gold will stay gold.
Hey, pony boy, come here. Is that Tom Cruise over there?
Not yet.
But he will be.
He will be pretty soon.
That's like Henry Winkler in his movie, The Lords of Flatbush.
Lords of Flatbush.
Is that Sylvester Stallone over there?
Yep. And Perry King. Yeah, when the biggest star of that movie was the great Perry King that nobody remembers.
Perry King. He was on
awesome.
One of my favorite TV shows, Riptide.
Perry.
And exactly.
With
and
Joe Penny, who was Jake in the Batman.
He played Commissioner Gordon in one of the Batman animated movies. I want to say Batman Year One. If not, maybe the Dark Knight Returns animated movies. And he was Han Solo in the radio Star Wars.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Perry King.
This is a lot of information I'd never heard before.
It's the truth.
I don't know who that is.
Exactly.
I know a lot of those guys you're saying right now. Perry Como. I remember watching him with my grandma.
Catch a falling star and put it in your pockets.
Hey, at Mohegan Sun, Paul Anka's going to be there singing Sinatra songs.
Backed by the Three Doobie Brothers.
Yeah. And you too, apparently.
And Stan Tim Matheson and Otis Day.
Okay.
A little bit softer now. A little bit softer now.
Okay. Not in love anymore.
No, that's Michael Solo.
Okay. Is it?
Things will never be the same again.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
My favorite, though, as we said, Peg, the Steely Dan song.
Peg.
all in 3D, foreign movie. Good stuff. That's exactly right. It's like your Johnny Mathis, exactly. Can also double for Michael McDonald.
Chances are me. You don't even have to sing words. When you hear Kenny Loggins live, too, he doesn't even sing the words anymore.
Hard to hard. Is anything last forever?
That's how he sings.
That's true. Oh, that's This Is It.
How does he sing Footloose then?
He don't even sing words.
Footloose. It's like Footloo. Take off your Sunday shoe.
Like Yellow Samari.
Yellow Samari.
It's Footloose.
Yellow Samari.
Everybody call
Footloose. It's true. God, freshman year,
get back.
When Footloose came out, I was on a co-ed floor of my dorm.
Yeah, you were.
And the girls loved Footloose and played the stuff out of it.
Oh, stuff.
I almost went wrong there.
Feces. You got to say feces, Johnny. They played the feces out of it.
They played the feces out of Footloose. It's true. And so we'd hear that, and let's hear it for the boy.
Let's hear it for my man. There's no more feces in Footloose.
And then,
they played it all out.
Help us, other perdition. That song was on there. What else? Let's hear it for the boy.
Whitney Houston. She doesn't sound like that anymore.
No, it was Never Knew Love Like This Before. Stephanie Mills.
Was it her?
All right, I'm looking it up. Let's hear it for the boy.
See, you made him look stuff up again.
I'm going to say her first name's Denise.
Did you hear that?
Williams.
Unfortunately, when Aretha passed away, Fox News had Patti LaBelle.
Yeah, that's
idiots.
That's horrible.
Idiots. Yeah, close enough. Yeah, whatever.
Female. Yeah, we got it. It's close.
Oh my God.
Nobody cares.
Wow.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Seriously, man. It's like, come on. Can you at least try? Does anyone know what Aretha Franklin looks like?
Right.
Anybody? I think I had a Motown album. I don't know.
My mom and dad remember her.
Kind of. We weren't allowed to watch her in Bible school.
It was that Hey 19 song. Remember?
That's Aretha Franklin. Denise Williams, let's hear it for the boy.
See, I just said that.
Denise.
I just said Denise Williams like an hour ago.
Denise the nephew.
Who pays attention to you?
I like
Who writes this stuff?
I don't like when Aretha died, but when she passed, they played one of her greatest hits, "Who's Zoom In Who," on the
Did
TV.
They really?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Did they do the Freeway of Love? No, they didn't. They did her good stuff. They did Respect and Chain.
Think.
King of Fools.
Think.
Good.
Think.
Exactly.
Think about.
Think.
Breaking news. Breaking news. Yes. Doom Patrol TV series. Yes. They had their robot
brought
man.
It up. Yep.
Brendan Fraser. Yeah.
Brendan Fraser.
Really?
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Is he going to wear a suit, maybe?
Cliff Steele. I bet he's going to be.
I like Brendan Fraser.
Human looking, but a robot. That's my prediction for.
I always thought he would be a good Superman. That guy.
I agree. I could see that.
He left the acting for a reason. Right.
Nobody was casting him. That's why.
No. There was another reason. Like,
was there a scandal?
No,
babies, I think.
Maybe towards him, and he was like, screw this. And
yeah, that's right. He did step
was it
away.
really?
Yeah. He avoided something, and he said, "How about you guys? I'm staying home." That's my philosophy with lots of things lately. Hell with this, I'm staying home.
The hell?
I don't need that.
I'm looking up and seeing if there's any sort of scandal here, sir.
I'm safer at home.
Or why he walked away. He made a lot of good movies. He made a lot of bad movies as well.
I like that. I like
Encino Man.
Yeah, I liked Encino Man. I liked Blast from the Past with Christopher Walken. I like that where they were in the bomb shelter.
The Mummy was good.
The Mummy, I like that.
And he was was good in he was good in the movie about James Whale, the Gods and Monsters, the movie about the director of Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein.
Ed Wood.
And he's great in School Ties. Cowards!
Sever! So
that was good. That's a nice thing.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, he He had like a 4-year absence from 2014 to 2018.
God bless him.
But apparently
choice, man, choice.
I guess.
I stayed away from Hollywood for a long time too.
All right, here we go. Frazier alleged in the summer of 2003 that he was sexually assaulted by Philip Burke, the president of the Hollywood Foreign Press Association. The incident and his subsequent divorce launched Frazier into a depression, which combined with his health issues and a backlash within the industry over speaking out against Burke, he believed caused his career to decline.
He doesn't need that guy Burke.
So when
FTG.
did he...
FTG, that Burke guy. See, I want to get shirts that said, I support Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
I want to
I
wear
like that guy.
Yeah, I do.
I like him. I even liked the Looney Tunes movie he made with Jenna Elfman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
From Dharma and Greg.
Back to Looney Tunes or something like that. Looney Back
in Action.
Yeah, that's it.
And his dad was Timothy Dalton, and basically was like, playing super spy Timothy Dalton.
Yeah.
He's where he looked more like James Bond than he ever did when he was making the James Bond movies.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm telling you, as Timothy Dalton got older, it's like, all right, he should be James Bond like right now because he's perfect as a middle-aged dude. He was very suave.
I like that. That sounds real good.
I'll take the rapist for $5,000. That's therapist, Mr. Connery. Therapist.
I was watching some of those.
Me too. That's hilarious.
Funny.
Over the weekend, I was too.
Yeah.
I'll take swords. S words, Mr. Comedy.
Yeah, there's other ones that are real funny too.
Oh my God. Yeah, there's famous titties. Titles, Mr. Connery. Titles.
He goes, like your mother, Trebek. Yeah,
exactly.
Says, did you see the one with the real?
A dog says this, Mr. Connery. Moo. That's not correct. That's what your mother said last night, Trebek.
He says, no, that's not correct. You must answer in the form of a question. And then they said, what is moo? No, that's not right.
Or months that end in Tober. Mr. Connery, Feb-Tober. Yep, and Norm Macdonald is Burt Reynolds chewing his gum. Yeah, take swords.
You see the one where when they had the real Alex Trebek came on there, and then he kept going, he kept ripping into him too. The same way. Oh, Trebek.
Yep. And
he
then
liked
there's the incredibly inappropriate, but it was so perfectly Burt Reynolds, where he finishes the song lyric. It's been a hard day's night. I should be sleeping like a Burt Reynolds. Chinese whore?
No. Yeah, they're funny.
Did again, chopping on the gum. Yeah. And he put his instead of his name Burt Reynolds, he was like, no, that's not my name. It's Turd Ferguson.
Yeah, Turd Ferguson's name.
Turd Ferguson.
What was I watching the other night that made me think Burt Reynolds? I was watching an old episode of the Venture Brothers.
Yes.
And the father was watching...
was it Archer or the Venture Brothers?
No, the Venture Brothers, where the father got the kids out of the house so he can watch. He found the Dolly Parton movie where she finally shows something. and it's the best little whorehouse in Texas. And Brock is trying to tell him, "Oh, Doc, that's not what you... Doc, get out! I don't want you to... No spoilers! I want to watch it for myself."
That's not horrible.
And Burt Reynolds is in that. It's an awful... Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's a horrible movie. But no, I was going to say, Burt Reynolds was in an Archer episode on FX playing himself.
Right.
And he's a former lover of Archer's mom. Jessica Walter and everything. No, it's great. Did you see? I finally saw it was on again. I think it was on Amazon Prime. It wasn't called The Last Action Hero, something like that. But Burt Reynolds' most recent movie,
Stick.
And no, not Stick. I remember Stick from the '80s. Yes, but no, this one, the girl from Modern Family.
I just like saying Stick.
Well, sure, it's a classic. Horrible movie.
Sharky's.
Exactly. No, but it's him and. The girl from Modern Family that wears very little clothing.
Veriga.
Sophia.
Veriga.
No, that's the mom. That's the older lady.
Veriga.
One of the kids.
Sophia.
Veriga.
Vergara.
What the hell's her name? Ariel something, right?
Ariel.
Julie Bowen.
Yeah, no, that's another mom.
Veriga.
But anyway,
Ed O'Neill.
Yeah, that's who it was.
For Riga.
But it was okay. Maybe the last movie
Mandy
star. It's called maybe like the last movie star. Exactly.
I have no idea.
Patinkin, who's supposed to be a poor cast member.
You guys lost me a long time ago. On Swords, that's my...
Mandy Patinkin.
He's on
Farmiga
with My So-Called Life, Claire Danes.
Well, Corky? Wasn't he on there?
Exactly. Corky! He's got to jiggle his keys to get in.
Corky.
Don't fit in the lock.
Corky.
Very courageous. Whatever happened to Corky? Where is he these days?
Still around. He's working at
He's not
Starbucks
acting anymore.
Look him up. Look.
Corky. His life goes on. I like that show. I like that Corky kid.
Corky. Why do they name a guy like that Corky? Why can't they just call him Jeffrey or Michael or something? Why has he got a stupid name like that?
I don't know. We'll find
Corky. Like, what's that telling the kid? You know? You can do everything, but your name is Corky.
Chris Burke would be Corky.
Why don't they name him Chris?
Corky Thatcher was his name. He's 52.
Is he?
Yes, sir.
He's a good man, that guy.
Best known for his character, Charles Corky. His name was Charles Thatcher, but his nickname was Corky.
Corky.
See, Charles. Yeah, all right, I get it.
So what's he doing now?
Sometimes you get a nickname like Yoko Chip.
He's still an actor.
I don't know. I don't see any credits after 2002. He's been the Goodwill Ambassador for the National Down Syndrome Society since 1994. I don't know.
What I really want to know is,
Corky.
how did you live stream from your pocket that one day?
Is that hilarious? I know. That was. I know. I was on Facebook and I hit the live button.
You got some Yoko pants live.
It's true. It was, but the view from my.
This is what happens to all your recording material when you're on the road.
It was the view from my shirt pocket. It's totally true.
Yeah, I liked it. I wanted to know what happened.
And I was watching an old William Shatner interview on British television.
Hello, love.
And it was when the Star Trek motion picture, the first movie, came out.
Because we were all waiting for you to swear, say something weird.
Mother.
Okay, get out now. You're done. What?
No, it was funny. Exactly.
Okay, leave.
The money's on the table.
Who ate all my egg rolls? I wanted to hear something like that.
I had an egg roll at the buffet.
See, I knew it.
The buffet plate has peaches, plums, and bananas.
And bananas?
That's from Beverly Hills Cop with Damon Wayans. Go ahead, take the bananas.
Bananas.
Okay, take
We're not going to fall for that banana in the tailpipe route.
I'm not falling for no banana in my tailpipe.
See, I heard all these jokes before, but I never.
Harold Faltermeyer.
We got to bring back.
Axel F theme.
We got to bring back the old jokes for you every once in a while.
What's the difference between the Beverly Hills Cop theme and the Fletch theme, ladies and gentlemen?
Pipe wrench has more teeth.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, that's a different joke. I'm sorry.
All right. That's right. With the novelty teeth.
Hi, I'm Woodrow Wilson, or
exactly.
Harry S. Truman.
So
Harry S. Truman.
Beverly Hills Cop
and the president.
Axel Foley. Is that what it was?
Yep. The first one's great. Second one, Third one, oh.
They made 3 of those?
Yeah.
How you doing, everybody? Exactly. That's how bad it was.
I only saw the first one. It was at
the second one?
No.
The second one was
it was not that good. Yeah, Brigitte Nielsen one, she was pretty.
She had legs that came right out of her neck.
Oh my God. Like a skyscraper.
Yeah.
That's right.
Legs with a head.
She was married to the Stallone.
Yes, she was.
Oh, yeah.
She was going to be She-Hulk, remember?
Then she married former New York Jet Mark Gastineau.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. He got real skinny or something, right?
And then she did a reality show where she have the sex with Vern Troyer or Flava Flav or something like that?
It was Flavor Flav. It wasn't Vern Troyer.
I think both of them. Yeah.
Mini-Me.
And he was going, yeah.
Mini-Me's no longer with us.
Oh, that's right.
Mini-Me's
went out for Mini.
Is Flava Flav or Brigitte still with us?
Flava Flav.
Brigitte's still there. Her body's still there, I guess.
Yeah.
I think her head's off. It sounds like this.
How are you?
Brigitte got big, didn't she?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I remember that show where she was on with Flavor Flav. Flavor Flav was real thin.
Yeah.
And Brigitte got like thicker, and I'm like, wow.
Well, plus she's like literally twice as tall as him.
Don't she have?
So she looked like he looked like her teenage son or something like that.
Doesn't she have purple legs now too, or something?
Purple legs, purple legs. That's my favorite Prince song.
That's a good song.
Come on, stand up with me. Wave your hand in the air. Purple legs, purple legs.
It's about chicken wings. Harold's chicken wings.
We're all all over the place today.
Apollonia.
wasn't Apollonia like a last minute replacement in Purple Rains
for Vanity?
For Vanity, right?
I don't know. I just know Vanity went from doing Vanity 6 to being. But
I remember Vanity got famous because she was supposed to be in that movie, and then she went all gospel.
Something happened with her, and
they're kind of.
She found God.
They're kind of like the same
ladies,
though. They're like sisters.
No. Not really, man. No, Apollonia was like smaller and curvier than that. I mean, they're both lovely women, but like Vanity was taller and
the quality
were model. Yeah, they were both beautiful model ready women. You know what I love is Wendy and Lisa from Purple Rain went on to score a lot of television shows, including Nurse Jackie. Boy,
I don't
know that show.
They scored? How'd they score?
The soundtrack. They did the music.
Holy crap.
Wendy and Lisa became like very prominent television composers.
I heard Purple Rain on the Spanish channel once.
Oh,
it's not.
And they sing it. Purpura, purpura. That's it. And it's a.
Did
they sing it that way, or did they replace it for the word purple?
Purpura, purpura.
There's great Spanish versions of pop songs. It's on Netflix. It's Confessions of a Hitman, that Kevin James movie.
Oh yeah.
The whole movie is just littered with like Spanish versions of 80s pop songs. It's hilarious. It's
funny.
Very funny. I'm telling you.
Purpura. That's what it's called.
Isn't that in Weiss Bond's movies?
Weiss Bond.
Only for your eyes.
Only for your eyes. Weiss Bond.
Weiss Bond.
Good stuff.
Michael Jackson.
What's his... Celia Norton used to watch at their studio. They would put Telemundo on and watch the action movies in Spanish.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
The death scenes last 15 minutes, each guy.
There's nothing wrong with that. Norton, I love when he always tweets all the terrible movies that he saw. I don't know. I was just watching Bloodsuck 7, and it's horrible. Yeah, I know, Mike. Why'd you just waste 2 hours of your life? I like them.
Wait. Okay, if Purple Rain is purpura,
yeah.
What is Raspberry Beret?
I don't know. I didn't see that movie.
I need to know. What Raspberry Beret is.
Yeah. I only witnessed Purpura and Yellow Submarine. That's all I know. And the night Chicago died. I've read that one too.
Was that at the restaurant that's by Challengers?
No, this restaurant by me out here.
No, that was the Pelucci family.
Yeah, I remember us watching the Pelucci family
Pelucci.
on TV, but I also know a couple times I've gone and they've had bands playing.
You know what's a really funny movie starring that Pelucci guy? Is what's
Jason
it called?
Poppy?
No, there's a new movie
I like
that just
that
came
one.
out with.
I like that one too. So Sofia Vergara looks amazing in that movie.
No, he's in a movie where he's like this kind of like this young gigolo where he tries to get older women, and then when he gets one of these women and he's living with her, and then like when he gets older, she throws him out, so he's got to start all over again. Forget
that
the
was
name.
just a year or two, like How to Be a Latin Lover or something.
Yeah, that's it. How to Be a Latin Lover.
I didn't know that's the Pelucci guy. That's
my wife wanted to watch it. I'm like, sure, let's put it on. It was actually pretty humorous. It was a really sweet movie. And I'm like, this movie's gonna suck real bad, but it was really good. I liked it. It was fun.
You were happy to see the Pelucci guy.
And Rob Lowe was in that one too.
Just like he's the bad guy in Wayne's World.
No, he wasn't the bad guy in this one. Well, I guess
okay.
I don't know. But he played one of these gigolo types as well.
I like all that.
I like all that too.
Yeah.
See, I like the girl in the
Poppy movie. Oh God.
The Poppy movie. I like the girl with the glasses.
All three of them were lovely.
Yeah, they all look nice. Yeah.
Chasing Poppy, ladies and gentlemen.
I can't even remember what the movie's about.
He's a scoundrel, and he's
I remember the scene where he fainted in the apartment or something. I'll watch it again.
I just know they all burst out of each bedroom in slinky lingerie, and then they scream at each other.
Did they say?
One's the high-powered lawyer. The other one is fabulous from Modern Family.
Moolah.
Did any of them say Mita at any time?
I don't. Yeah, probably. As in listen. Or
what?
Look. Mira. Look.
Mira.
Who? I don't know.
Pur.
Ras bari purra. Ras. Bari purra.
Nice.
Purra.
Ras bari purra.
That's how tired we are, man. That's making us laugh. That's pretty sad.
It's funny.
Any other Terrificon moments?
I'm sure there's something.
I think so. We got to talk about the Fun Zone. We had an awesome setup of the Fun Zone.
I must confess I didn't get to the Fun Zone.
That's okay. It wasn't for you, Johnny.
That's true. So I don't feel as bad.
It's for the little guys.
No, my Fun Zone was again.
Well, you were directly affected by the Fun Zone at one point.
Oh, was that happening in the Fun Zone? Because during
the band
during the Superman panel, and man, we could hear the School of Rock, and they sounded great.
Apparently, we never did a sound check.
Because they were.
One of the things in the Fun Zone we had was the School of Rock. We asked them to play a bunch of superhero type songs, and they were great. They were really were talented.
Really
awesome.
Very, very talented.
They drew like a really big crowd each time they were on. But the first time that they were on was during your Superman panel.
Yeah, 80 Years of Superman. Paul Kupperberg. I'm trying to remember who else. Was Starlin? No, not Starlin. Paul Kupperberg, Roger Stern, Jerry Ordway, Pete Tomasi. Maybe that was it. Oh, I said Paul Kupperberg. It was great. It was an amazing panel. However, although I have to say I was really concerned because it was really, really loud from our point of view. But I listened to the recording, and you can kind of hear the music. But I have to say that it was okay, and the guys, the guys talking and stuff, it's clearer than I expected.
Oh, good. Yeah.
So that was a relief.
Yeah, that was one of my faux pas. So I apologize.
No, we understand.
We had so many things going on. I just didn't even think hey, maybe we should do a sound check with them.
Either do it before the panel start or wait till the evening.
Right. Yeah.
What was funny is
karaoke.
What was funny is every time there was a problem, Franco had to go take care of it, and someone said the magician was complaining about something. So when people say, "Where's Franco?" and I saw, something went wrong with the magician's last trick, and so he just got up and grabbed a mop and went over there. They're trying to do that saw the lady in half trick, and it didn't quite turn out as the way they planned. So I just saw Franco grab a mop and run over there. So I hope everything's okay. And they're like, "Really?" I go, "Yeah."
Didn't you have like a different story for every person that?
Yeah. And I said then he made that one lady disappear, and now we can't find her. We don't know where she went. They're like, "What?" People are real concerned. I said, "Yeah, but he's over there if you want to help him look."
That's like in Broadway Danny Rose, where he's got the hypnotist, and the old lady's asleep, and she's got like her hand out like a board or whatever, and she's totally asleep. And the old man's going, Tessie, for God's sake, wake up! And it's like, Shandar, do something. Fix his Shandar, the hypnotist. And so Woody Allen's trying to make it up to the old man. He's like, I'll buy you dinner anywhere in town. Buy me dinner. Fix my wife. I like it. It made me laugh.
So, yeah, the Fun Zone had a bunch of stuff in it that hopefully people were digging. I think they were digging it, that they came through. We had a robotics club in there where people were driving robots and stuff like that.
Yeah, making a fight and stuff.
We had VR helmets and stuff like that. A whole bunch of stuff. It was a good time.
Little drawing tutorials going.
Yep.
Right.
The whole weekend. Yep.
Very
and
nice.
we had Pez. We had the Pez people.
Yeah, the Pez guy was there. Yeah. He looked like the old-fashioned Pez guy with the white coat and the
Yeah.
and the hat on, a little paper hat and stuff.
Tell me about your Mego panel, Artie.
Oh, Mego panel was awesome.
So it was Stretchy Hawkeye?
Me, Stretchy Hawkeye, and Mike Zapsik from the Comic Book Men.
I briefly met him and Ming Chen. Go on.
Yeah, and I introduced myself saying, I watch your show. I watch your show. I see you on TV, and I told him who I was, and I said I'm Art Baltazar, and he went, "Oh yeah, from Oh Yeah Comics." Like, that's right.
Did he really know Oh Yeah Comics?
Yeah, that's what he said, and he says,
"That's terrific.
Your book was on our show." Like, yeah, I know. And then he said, "It was with," I said, "Christopher Daniels and Kazarian." He goes, "Yeah, the wrestlers." And then he knew exactly who I was. And
That's
he said
nice.
that they're big fans of All Yeah Comics in their shop.
Oh, that's
very
awesome.
nice.
So, like, oh, that's cool. But the panel was real fun. And Stretchy Hawkeye's a ball of energy. So that was cool.
Good.
And we talked all about Stretchy Hulk and all the customs I make and kind of a little bit of history of Mego and stuff. Because I know a lot of things about Mego that I never knew, that I never realized I was an expert. I could be considered an expert. So people were asking questions again, and I knew all the answers. So
Nice.
That's kind of fun. So it was a good time. It was conversation, mostly nostalgic. We're all in a room full of, with the right people who get it. We're talking about.
Do you have good attendance on the panel?
We had like 15 people. And then, the cool thing, Stretchy Hawkeye found a guy on the sales floor who had a box of probably about 20 Iron Man and Mego Iron Man still in the box. And,
Wow.
And he was selling them, but they were all cheap price. Like, I don't know what Iron Man's worth, but the cheapest one was like $250, and the most expensive was about $400. And Stretchy Hawkeye bought one for $300, real nice one in a box.
Wow.
So we went after the panel. Me and Stretchy Hawkeye went, and everyone from the panel followed us. and we circled this guy's table, and he's like, "Whoa, what's happening?" And we're like, "We want to see the box of Iron Mans." And he only had like one or two on display. Because I guess if you put them all out, people are going, "Oh, yes, I'll come back later, man." But he had two on display, and I looked in his box, and man, it was so cool to see all these vintage Iron Mans in boxes. And I asked to take a photo, and I took a photo, and he didn't know who I was either at first, and he asked me he asked me, he was a real reluctant, "Can I take a photo?" And he says, "Why?" And I said, "Well, I don't know, I just like him. I just never seen them." He goes, and I told him my name, and he said, "Wait, you're the Tiny Titans guy." I go, "Yeah," and he goes, "Yeah, go ahead, take as many photos as you want." So,
Oh, that's nice.
so I took one or two photos, and I've just posted them on Facebook like yesterday, and people are already freaking out. They're asking me all kinds of questions. So I don't know. I just took a photo. I know the guy had a bunch, but they're real cool to see, like a toy from like 1970s, still real clean. And the boxes are little, slightly beat, but they're worth $250. That's a great collector price, especially if you're gonna buy it for your collection. Just to hold it, not open it. But man, they were cool. It was cool to see that. He had like a bunch of them and two Mr. Mixoplex and Pedalic. And
Did he explain how he got him?
I forgot to ask him, and maybe he told me, but I didn't hear it.
Okay, you were too enthralled with the egos in front of you. I respect that.
But everyone was asking him stuff, everyone was asking him stuff at once. So it was cool, man.
And was he like, "Get away from me! Get away!"
Yeah, and at first he was like overwhelmed. He got like 15 people surrounding him. But it was pretty cool because we were talking about it on the panel, and everyone's like, "Who is it?" And they'd say, "After the panel, we'll do a chain, and we'll all walk over there." And that's what we did. So it was kind of fun. But the panel was pretty cool. And we just all talked about stuff. So we all had experiences. So
I was very happy with my 8 panels, I have to say. And I wasn't sure if I was going to make it on Saturday, but I watched myself, and like I said, I had my yogurt in the morning. And I'm like, all right, that's enough breakfast. I don't want to eat too much. But I had enough energy, and
I like messing with you anywhere I can, but all I heard was good stuff, Jenny. A lot of people were enjoying the panels.
No, and two guys were like, you should go to the East Coast Comics Con, and you should do their panels there. I said, well, let them know.
Even my kids, when I came home, the kids asked, Dad, do you have any stories? I'm like, I don't know. No, I don't have any weird stuff. No naked people, nobody weird.
No naked people, no outbursts, exactly, no drama.
Nothing happened.
Yeah, that's true. We were all you know why? Because we're all old and tired. Yeah. Exactly. It's like, all right, man, I'm going to go to bed. It's only 10 o'clock at night, but I'm tired.
We went to the buffet on Saturday, and my wife opted. Yeah, we opted not to go, and then Sarah was meeting up with some friends. Sarah Richard was meeting up with some friends, but she went out with us the night before.
Yeah, Friday night.
And then we were hanging out and having a few drinks and stuff like that. So then on Saturday, she's like, "Oh, I promised these people I go to dinner." I'm like, "No, yeah, go. You're not.
Yeah, right. Not obligated, exactly."
So she goes, "No, but I want to get together later. Maybe we'll have a couple of drinks." And I'm like, "Sure." And we ate so much meat at that stupid buffet, and she wound up being there too because we wound up eating dinner, because she was in line with us. Meeting her friends, and then we ate so much meat at that stupid buffet. I got back to my room. It was like about 11 o'clock, maybe 10:30, 11 o'clock, and I just lied down. And she texted. She goes, "Hey, did you want to go out? We'll meet. And I'm like, I'm thinking I'm okay staying here. And she goes, "Oh, thank God." Because
that's funny.
She didn't want to go out either. She was like, "I'm okay with it." Yeah, but then, by the time I fell asleep, it was like about 11:30, because I was so tired. And I woke up at like 12:30, 1 o'clock, and the air conditioning was blasting in the room.
Yeah.
And I was drenched in meat sweat because I ate so much at that stupid buffet. I was like, oh my God, what did I do to myself?
I hear you, man.
Yeah, I woke up in the middle of the night going, oh, this is not good.
Well, like I said, with my overnight radio hours, I wasn't sure what time of the morning I might wake up with there still being plenty of time. Because it was like, 3 or 4 or whatever. So I was just checking, and it's like, oh, yeah, that's right. This is a casino. You can get food pretty much any hour if you need to. Yeah. So that was good to know. And, yeah, I had, like I said, Saturday morning, I had that very early morning breakfast. I'm like, all right, I'm not going to eat stupid, but I will have something. And I'm like, yeah, yogurt, berries, and granola. That's perfect.
Yeah.
And then Sunday, like I said, I know I only have one meal. And I'm like, all right. And I didn't have a panel until, the Robin panel wasn't until 2. And so I'm like, all right, let me have the pancakes. And that was excellent. That was fantastic.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying, man. No, the room service food I thought was very good. It's very good.
It's very good. It's very good.
And it was so funny. I always forget when they bring the table in and it's empty, and you're like, "Where's the food?" And it's underneath. Keep it warm and stuff. Yeah. And it's like, "Oh, of course." Sir, can I bring this in as you're watching your Sinatra documentary? Yes, you can.
Sir, are you wearing a thong? Could you please put a towel on?
Hi. Hello. There was big rumor that John Byrne was going to be there over the weekend. He was not.
Yeah,
he was not. Yeah.
Now,
he was in Boston the week before, the weekend before,
and made news. And I had to mention it with CB Cebulski because we did a What's Happening at Marvel. And it was CB and it was Nick Spencer, my buddy, who's now doing Spider-Man, infamous of his Captain America Hail Hydra story in Secret Empire. And then also Charles Saul, who's an incredible lawyer and an incredible storyteller.
We had an impromptu lunch with Charles, actually.
Yeah, we did.
On Saturday, was it?
Oh, that's nice.
Something like that, yeah.
I love Charles. Charles is a great guy.
We happened to be waiting for the same food at the same place, and then we wound up sitting and eating together.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. It takes an hour and a half to get anything in that place.
He's a good dude. He's a good dude. I love
he's
Charles.
Awesome, yeah.
But yeah, we asked CB about the John Byrne meeting.
CB supposed
and it's like, and the fan is like, hey, I heard you had a really good meeting with John Byrne. Do you think you might have one with, Chris Claremont's still in under contract at Marvel, but they're like, Jim Starlin's here this weekend. You might, repair some bridges with Starlin and stuff. And CB is a fan first and foremost,
right?
So he's already, and I think that's why the John Byrne meeting happened and stuff like that. Mm. So. No, I'm again. He's my friend, and I'll admit that my judgment is clouded by that. But I am rooting for CB. I'm
always rooting for everybody.
Yeah.
No.
It's really everyone's just trying to like make a buck with their comics, as you guys know. And it's not. I mean, I guess technically it's competition because a guy walks in with $10 or $20 or something.
Yeah, but there's a way to do it with tact and
not be a dick about it. Exactly.
Right. Well, penis.
Penis. Come on, ladies, say it. Penis.
Oh my gosh.
That was actually that was me.
That was the family.
That was me doing Gary Marshall. But that's a Buddy Hackett line when he was doing his stand-up. Come on, ladies, say it. Penis. Go ahead.
There was a family that came up to us, the one that were really big podcast fans, and Artie said, "Did you like the last pod? Did you listen to it? Because we said penis like 50 times." And the mom looked at us and said, and she smiled and she said, "Yeah, you did."
Was that the 4-hour one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a marathon one.
It was a marathon. How are we doing on time right now, by the way?
We're almost at 3 hours here.
Yeah, that's true. 2 hours and 40 minutes. These are good lengthy ones. It's surprising because we don't have Mighty Mike Nagan and Scoot to join us.
They're girthy, Johnny. Girthy.
They are girthy. They're thick. They're real thick.
They're thick pods. It's from all the Harold's Chicken. Did I say that in the last one? Did they open Harold's Chicken by me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about it. It was last week.
Yeah.
It's true.
I picked up when I came home. My wife picked me up on Sunday from the show, and we went to Harold's Chicken.
Again? Oh, man.
Yeah. Sunday night, did you really?
Yeah, everybody's craving it now. The whole family, they were all texting me. I said,
we want Harold's.
Wife said, okay, plane landed, and then I get text from everyone. Pick this up. Like, what? It was pretty good.
Wow.
So I still got Harold's in the fridge right now.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man.
I'm afraid for you, brother.
Me, Norton, and Seeley, we shared a cab. I got home like around 9:30, 9:45. And I had food in the fridge, thank God, so I made something for myself, and I went to bed and cried.
I was sad that I saw Norton.
Cried.
I did cry. It hurt so bad. Oh, it just hurt so bad.
Oh, because of the trip.
Yeah, I was just sore from 3 days. It's like, oh. So I just wept.
I saw Mike Norton and Tim Seeley separately on 2 separate days for the exact same amount of time, for like 3.5 seconds each.
I'm doing tomorrow. It'll be on Word Balloon later than this because I'll probably put this up tomorrow. Mike's first collection of Little Donnie, his political comic strip. That's the last thing I expected Mike Norton to do.
Yeah, right.
Is a political comic strip, and it's even got nominated for a Reuben Award.
It's good. It's funny.
It is funny, and it's those are real comic strip awards and stuff like that. Dark Horse just put out the first collection of the first year, and I'm gonna do a conversation with him, and I hope to do a Twitch.
Twitch.
Oh yeah.
There's here's how much I think I'm starting to have memory problems because I thought, all right, I'll set up Twitch on Word Balloon on Twitch.
Twitch.
And it's like, username already taken. I'm like, really? Somebody took Word Balloon? Darn it. So mad. And, of course, I did.
It was you.
Yeah, it was me 3 weeks ago or something like that, and I totally forgot.
Nice.
So, I'm like, all right, fine. Word Balloon podcast. Then nobody's got that.
Maybe the ganj was something to do in there.
Yeah, exactly. So then I looked at the profile. I'm like, that son of a gun. He's even got my logo. Wait a minute.
He looks just like me.
Wait a minute.
Quick, Julie, get the pugs. This is a mystery.
It's a Mike Norton mystery.
What were we talking about when we were talking about our inside jokes with Mike? And we said it's like the Mike Norton mystery. He's like, that's exactly what it's like. Everybody comes up, expects me to talk like you guys, and I don't.
Did he say that?
Yeah.
Absolutely. That was so funny. Seriously, he and Tim, I love those guys.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
He's real calm. Like Mike Norton's real calm. They're like, he doesn't talk unless there's something to say.
Yes.
Like if you don't talk to him, you'll go the whole time without even having a conversation with the guy.
Well, and truly, for the first 6 months, I'm like, hey, Mike, if I'm bothering you. And he's like, no, man, I just get in my own, like some artists.
Yeah.
They're just
I thought he hated me for the longest time.
And seriously, he's like, everybody thinks I don't like him. And it's, no, I'm just quiet. And I'm like, okay, all right. And so now whenever I see him, he gives me a giant hug. So I'm like, all right, we're good.
Yeah, I gave him a big hug when I saw him.
I like him. He's one of my favorites.
The best.
When we were working on Shazam, I'd be like, "Is this okay? Like, what do you want to do?" This is fine. I like what you did.
I want to draw rubble.
Yeah, I like drawing things that are blown up.
Rocks.
One night they get together for drink and draw. And Scotty Young actually was the guy who started it in Chicago. And it was really smart because these guys do spend so much, especially before they got the studio, 4-star studio, where they're all together and they've got like a great little loft area and stuff. They would, just be home drawing. So we'd get together weekly and stuff, and they would drink and draw and hang out and be social. And I remember one year he drew a Doctor Strange sitting on a throne that was on a pile of skulls, kind of like in Man of Steel where you see all the skulls. And it was Tim Seeley as Doctor Strange. And it was so perfect. And it was like, Tim Seeley, really, you put him in a costume, he could totally be Doctor Strange. That's very good.
Okay.
I like the Doctor Strange.
Speaking of the best cosplay I saw at Terrificon, it was Doctor Strange being followed by his cloak.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
There was a guy dressed as Doctor Strange, and there was another person dressed as his cloak that was walking behind him. And
it was a girl, too. It was a girl with a goatee painted on her. It was Doctor Strange, yeah.
Was it? I didn't know that. Yeah.
I saw the kid.
Looking at the kid.
I saw the kid that was dressed up like the robot in Rogue One.
No, I didn't see that.
Oh, that was cool. Yeah, he was near the front when I saw him.
KTSO.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
KTSO.
KTSO. KTSO.
Voiced by Alan Tudyk, I believe, in the film.
KTSO.
KTSO.
You know what KTSO wore in that?
Kiki.
A raspberry Burra. Raspberry Burra.
Purpura.
Raspberry Burra.
I don't remember a lot of the show. Trying to think of the things. I can't. I think I said them all.
Well, like I said, everything that impressed me happened on the panels. And, man, they would just get into a conversation about behind-the-scenes stuff at DC or behind-the-scenes stuff at Marvel. And it was like, oh, yeah, remember that editor? Oh, yeah, he was horrible. It's like, oh, my God, go. Keep going. But I like Robin.
Did you dig up the dirt, Johnny?
Honestly, I did nothing. No, I just happened to be like a fly on the wall while, like, Roy Thomas and Jim Starlin were, reliving their 70s golden days and doing Captain Marvel, and Gil Kane came up, and they were talking about Gil Kane. And it was funny because I wanted to hear about other artists, but I'm like, all right, who are the great cosmic artists of Marvel? And Jim Starlin's like, Jack Kirby. I'm like, yeah, I know. Yeah, that one we know. And we mentioned Gil Kane. I wanted to go beyond that, but yeah, of course. Duh.
Of course.
But it was great. I like Starlin. Starlin is awesome, man. He's definitely got a little pepper still in him. And definitely, oh, yeah. But it was great. Oh, I seriously, man. I mean, and truly, I got everyone's contact info, and I'm like, all right, we got a ton this weekend. I'm not going to bother you guys for like 6 months, but like next year, you guys got to come back on, and we could talk more. And Starlin's doing, he's reformatting all the Dreadstar stories that he did. His character,
really?
His cosmic character, yeah. And so that's going to come out next year. I'm like, great, good excuse for us to talk then. And cool. Roy, I'm with Stretchy Hulk guy. I'm like, Roy, I'm not going. I promise. I go, I'm not gonna bother you until next year. I said, but next year you got to come back. Said the same thing to Denny O'Neil. But Mike Barr would love to have him back sooner than later. And I got his info. And Christopher Priest was amazing and could not have been a nicer guy. And I think he was impressed because he wrote a book about his Quantum and Woody run called Clan. And it's a digital book that's on Amazon. And I don't know if it's like one of those Amazon like kind of novellas that they were doing for a while that are like shorter than regular size novels or whatever. But it was terrific. I'm like, Priest, what's the name of your book again? He's like, oh, Clang. And he had a big smile on his face. I'm like, oh, there you go. Like,
clang, clang, clang.
Clang of fools. No, it was great. Honestly, it truly. I'm so excited to share this stuff on Word Balloon.
You're welcome.
Truly, Francis, I can't thank you enough because it was like Artie said, these shows in particular really get these great old timers that are still amazing people. They've got all the stories. And, instead of the fans go, well, I'm sure Marvel was trying to do this. Hey, ask the guy. He was there. Yeah. He will tell you what really happened. Hal Starlin he got fired for doing the Jason Todd death story that they asked him to do.
Yeah.
And they left it up to the auspices, if that's the correct word, of the 900 number voting. And he writes the story. And then the corporate guys are like, hey, what are you doing? You killed Robin? Are you nuts? We've got birthday cakes to sell. And it's like, well, no, we killed a Robin. Someone else. Oh, you killed Robin. And it's like, no, someone's got to go. Well, Denny wasn't going to go. He was the editor and stuff. So they fired Starlin. And I go, well, what'd you do after that? He's like,
wow.
He goes, I went back to Marvel and I created the Infinity Gauntlet. And he goes, and I ate off that for about 10 years. And I'm like, yeah, that's true. So, yeah, it's pretty cool, man. I mean, no, and he was very candid about it. And I'm like, oh, man, so like...
Was he all the bitter about it?
Not at all. And in fact,
no?
they said, I go, oh, is this... And I kind of kiddingly on Friday or Saturday when he brought it up, I'm like, oh, Denny's going to be here on Sunday. I go, should I keep you guys apart? He's like, oh, no. That's water under the bridge. Denny and I are great. And they were fine. They were fine.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was really fun. And Mike Barr, man. Mike Barr was terrific. Oh, my God. And we didn't even mention Camelot 3000.
Oh, my gosh, really?
Some of his other great... Well, because, again, it was a Robin panel, and there were there were 5 guys on the panel. In fact, Tomasi didn't want to go. He's like, oh, no, let the guys talk. Like, I'm like, Pete, your whole thing, you had a significant run on Damien. I said, no, you represent Damien on the panel. I said, you got to be there. Come on, Bert, Bert, don't you know me?
Wah, 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 wah.
The Zuzu's pedals, there they are. So, yeah, it was great. No, because Pete was reluctant. I'm like, come on, get up there. What's wrong with you? And honestly, I was pleased because it was tough. It was 5 guys, and I wanted to make sure everybody
5 guys,
had to say.
burgers.
It's true. But they did. They all had stuff to say. And, yeah, CB was very sweet. He's like, hey, man, you did a good job on the panel. And I'm like, dude, I've been doing it for a while.
You should tell him, look him straight in the eye and say, no feces.
It's true.
No,
exactly.
Not feces-ing around.
Exactly. Purple Ra.
We're not.
Buddha? Well, Buddha. It's got to be something like that, right?
Hey, something. I don't know.
Oh, it's a mystery.
Get the pugs. And I was really bummed I had no time to shop. Had no time. And it really bummed me out because, man, there was some great Treasury Edition DC and Marvel stuff. I'm like, oh, and they were priced to move. I'm like, oh, I would have bought that. I would have bought that Battlestar Galactica Treasury Edition.
No time to shop.
It's true.
We
and
were
then
so busy. I had a plan with Art that we were going to go shopping for some toys and then do like a 1-minute action figure theater in the hotel and put it on YouTube. And we never got the chance to do that.
Never did that. Yeah.
I hear you. No, no time, Dr. Jones. No time for shopping, Dr. Jones.
Mm-hmm. And last year in New York, I bought completed my vintage Star Wars collection by buying a Man-A-Man. It was in the other room at New York Comic Con, and I thought about it all weekend. I finally bought it on Sunday. And prior to me buying a Man-A-Man, I haven't seen it for about 15 years. I'd never seen this thing. So I'm real proud that I finally saw it after 15 years, and I bought it, and I took it home. It's part of my collection. I walk into the show, Terrificon, and I walked around the floor, and I found 4 Man-A-Man.
There you go. Yep.
I was like, man, look at it. So
that's
Man-A-Man. Look at the Man-A-Man.
Yeah, but that's what I was going to say. It's always at these second-tier shows, and I only mean that from a size standpoint.
Yeah.
That's when you find the good stuff. Because the good stuff will be at the elite shows, but you're going to pay an elite price.
Right. But the best thing about it is...
In Uncasville, you get a good deal,
Yeah. The best thing about it, though, is all the Man-A-Mans were more than I paid.
Oh, were they really?
Yeah, they were.
Oh, that's like, a reverse.
I bought one for $120. I bought my Man-A-Man and he has the staff, and he's real nice. There's no paint chips on him. And the cheapest one at this show was $160.
Oh, there you go.
And
wow.
it was up to like $210, $220 for some.
Didn't the guy ask you when you bought yours and how much or something like that?
Yeah. And I told him I got mine for $120, and last year, and he was, yep, that's about right. And I bought Yak Face too.
Yak Face.
Yak Face. I would see him every few years. I'd come across one, but the first time I ever saw Yak Face, he was $80, and I'm like, oh man, I can't do $80. And then he would go up in price. Done it. Yeah, and then I saw him a year or two ago for $220 at one of the C2E2s, but I didn't have any money on me, and I I just didn't have any money to spend. I should have just bought him credit card, but it was at a time where we weren't even using Square. We were just starting, so it wasn't even in my head. So I finally got him about 4 years ago, and I paid $300 for him, or $320 or something like that. And me and my wife even debated, I'm going to buy Yak Face, and I'm tired of looking for this thing. Every time I see him, he's like $75 more than the last time I saw him. So she just said, well, just buy him. It'll be your birthday present and Christmas. Like, all right, I'm going to get it. So I bought it. And again, I haven't seen the thing for all these shows all these years. And this show, there was 2 of them. So how is that? But now this guy, he had 2 of them for $500 each. And that's when I told that guy, I said, I bought, 2 dealers had stuff. One dealer didn't want any conversation with me, but the other dealer was happy to talk to me. So we were talking real good. And he told me it was worth $500. And when I told him I got mine for $320, and he goes, oh yeah, when? I said about 5 years ago. And he goes, yep, that makes sense. That's what he was. Okay. I'm like, now if you want him, he's $500. Wow. And his didn't even have the staffs. So he knows staffs. So with the staffs, more money. So it's amazing. These Star Wars figures keep going up in value. And now with new movies and all this stuff, they're going to be harder to collect. So he had a lot of good stuff in that case, man. And then he had the telescopic Luke Skywalker, which the lightsaber that's in his arm, and when you the arm when he extends, extends the saber. Yeah. They had an extra little plastic piece that even extended further. And the very first Star Wars figures, they had this called telescopic Luke Skywalker lightsaber, and they only made it like in a first run. And I don't know if they even made it to shelves, but they were in that Sears or that not Sears, that box that you send away with the coupon had the telescopic Luke. So whoever got the first 4 figures in the mail away figures, the what are they called now? The first edition figures. But that telescopic Luke, he had that, and he said, you see this? I'm like, oh, and I'm looking at it. And he goes, you want to know how much it is? And I said, nope. He said, I don't want to know. I got to get out of here. Because he would have told me something, and I would have said, well, it's not that. He would have said $1,000, and I've been, well, $1,000. I never saw it before. And they're like, nah, I don't need it. So I didn't even want to know. But he had all the good ones. Yeah, that was cool, man. I know you guys don't have any idea what I'm talking about.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, well, exactly. I never saw that movie. I don't know.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But I got replica telescopic sabers of Luke, Vader, and Obi-Wan. And I don't know if they made Obi-Wan or Vader. There's rumors they have, and a lot of websites and toy people say that there was a Vader. But I don't know if he came out in the first package of the first 12 figures, but I have replicas of them, which are kind of cool, but they're not bootleg. They're actually a company made telescopic Luke's and Vader's and Obi-Wan's for a little bit, and it was an actual real thing. So I got those guys, but I didn't have to pay thousands of dollars. I just got them. So that's cool.
Sure.
I think I got all 3 for like $100 or $80 or something like that.
About $100.
About $100. So that was cool. Okay, edit all that out, Johnny.
Yeah, it's not staying in. What are you talking about?
Nobody cares.
Should we wrap? Is there anything else we want to discuss? It's been 3 hours.
I think we might be done.
Could be done. This could be it. This is it.
I can't forget.
Exactly. High to high. Since it lasts forever.
God bless Aretha.
No.
She's up there with dead. She's up there with Jimi Hendrix, John Lennon.
Oh, yeah.
Up there. They're rocking out right now.
Yeah, absolutely they are.
She said, I'm tired of singing.
Does anybody want to hear Freeway of Love? No.
Who's coming home?
No. Let's do Think instead. Hell, McIntyre Murphy's up there for that matter.
Yeah, and John Belushi.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That's all right. I'm very, when it comes to the gentlemen themselves, Aykroyd and Belushi, I know they really love the original music. But it is kind of like, as even George Carlin used to make fun of them. It's like, I don't want to see middle-aged white guys singing blues songs. I would rather see the real people, thank you. But the movies did have, John Lee Hooker.
Yeah, they were nice.
Yeah, they got all those guys in there.
Yeah, a lot of them. A lot of them. And certainly, the band. I mean, it's the Booker T and the MG's actual band from Atlantic, the Atlantic Records days, and Sam from Sam and Dave is in the horrible Blues Brothers 2000, as was the great Wilson Pickett. But,
that comes with hammers, chainsaws, pliers, whatever that movie. That's one of the worst things ever to exist.
Oh, absolutely. But but some of the musical numbers are good. Like
I can't even.
It's Johnny Lang and Wilson Pickett doing 6, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, and Sam Moore did a good job when he was singing. James Brown, of course.
Hey, he was there. Yeah. Oh,
you don't like the Blues Brothers movie?
Not the second
first
one.
No, I like the first. I like the first movie as a comedy.
Blues Brothers 2000.
It's just one of the Blues Brothers. The sequel was horrible.
So
Blues Brothers original one is awesome.
Sure,
it's one of my favorite of all time.
My dad hated that movie because he's like, it's all car crashes, John. Where's the jokes? It's not that. Thank God, Cap. He's like, the only part I liked was Cap Calloway doing Minnie the Moocher. He's like, I remember seeing him do that in '39. It's true.
With your 4 fried chickens, clean rye toast.
Okay, boys, I got to run upstairs for a little while.
Text Avery.
Yeah.
All right, follow us when you see us.
Yeah.
Facebook Live videos happening with Art and Franco. Watch your social media carefully for announcements of those impromptu art sessions.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to start doing more video as well at Word Balloon. Word Balloon 101.
Twitch.
Exactly. Yeah. And twitching and more pods and great guests and the more frivolity.
My first test Twitch stream has Johnny in it.
That's true. We did do that.
Yeah. Johnny Twitch.
Boy,
Yoko Twitch.
It's like, hey, here's my cheeks like an ass on my face. Butt face. Butt face.
But,
Twitch. Follow us when you see us.
All true.
Yeah.
We'll be here for you in the future.
Yeah. I like Pink very much.
I like Tank. I'm doing the Purple Rain now.
I like Pink. Like Pink very much. Lois.
All butter.
Everybody be nice to each other. Stop fighting.
That's right. Both sides.
Do it, Johnny. Do it, Artie. Do it.
Okay, bye-bye. Okay, bye-bye.